isn't that like being in court and
taking a plea deal?
Yeah, saying you're guilty.
I mean, kind of, but I could just kill somebody and immediately go to court or go to the cops and be like, "Hey, I just killed this person."
Yeah,
like what AJ was just saying. Like, give me 6 months because I'm coming to you.
Hey, I said I did this, so
yeah,
don't make it.
That's not how it works.
I saved the taxpayers a lot of dollars.
Instead of going to court, I'm here, man. Let's do it.
The police would be mad. Like, nah, we're trying to spend that.
And if you ain't fucking with this podcast, then you're just a bitch ass trick.
Greatest sports movie of all time is Remember the Titans.
Nah, I think it's
Glory Road.
Yeah.
Nah, it's Remember the Titans.
Do you think so too?
I think I might.
I think Glory Road's pretty good.
I don't know. I love Field of Dreams, but I just love
baseball.
baseball.
You guys like football guys.
Phil likes Rudy. Phil, you like Rudy?
Oh,
actually, Rudy was straight. I actually like the Silver Lining Playbook a little bit better.
What?
Phil does not.
Was it the Silver Lining Playbook or something?
No,
that's not a
playbook of the
it's
Silver
not
Lining.
a sports movie.
Isn't that a love? Isn't that about love or something?
like-
Yeah, it's a romantic. I think it's
Phil, what's the movie
dramedy.
with the annexation of Puerto Rico?
The Little Giants.
Little Giants,
Don't
yeah.
That's
you
my
like that
shit
movie?
too. I love that movie.
Bro, I'm recording. I'm so glad he said the Silver Linings Playbook. He loves favorite sports movie of all time.
It's not my favorite. I said the best sports movie
Love
of all
is a
time is Remember
sport.
the Titans.
Okay, what were you trying to say
Oh,
about
that should've been a
Silver
foul,
Linings
too.
Playbook then?
They got the Eagles in it, so I've watched and I like that movie.
In the Silver Linings?
Yeah, it's about
Really?
It's an Eagles player. It's like an Eagles player. Go back and watch
He
it.
might be thinking about something else.
I don't know.
100%. But I would just keep letting him dig.
What are you talking about?
Can we pull
Wait,
up like
AJ,
You talking
the
about-
poster for this
AJ,
movie?
You're not gonna say Sandlot's the best sports movie?
Sandlot's up there, but I still think Glory Road is.
What are other? Because I'm trying to think of other basketball. Coach Carter. I'm blanking on basketball movies right now. Of course, Space Jam. What are their
Well, that's not basketball, but the
Wait,
Longest
it depends
Yard.
if you're trying to go funny or not. There's a lot of good funny ones.
the longest
Like
yard is
Mike
pretty
is
up
good.
there too.
Yeah.
You said like
Gridiron
Mike.
Gang.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
Mike.
Longest Yard is up there.
And the one with Jamie Foxx.
Where the family was.
What's the one with
the
Jamie
family in that movie in Silver Linings Playbook? They were fans of the Eagles,
I
but it
think you
wasn't
might be
Eagles,
wearing like Eagles
but it wasn't
stuff.
Eagles
Yeah, I don't
player.
Think it's a sports
It's-
movie.
And I
Eagle-
think it's a
They made a lot of Eagles
It's
references.
Jennifer. Bro, you don't
Yeah,
even remember the
Jennifer.
movie. What
That's
happens in
like
the movie?
saying Abbott Elementary
I
is a
don't
sports
remember.
show. That's
Isn't it? It's about a man who was released from a psychiatric hospital because he had bipolar disorder.
Yeah, sports movie.
That's following.
Hey man, well, there's Eagle stuff in there, so works for me.
I think you're talking about the one where you talk. Are we talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. To be honest.
No, that's I'm literally talking.
I'm trying to
about
help him, and I don't know. You talking about that one for sure?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Silver Linings.
And sports movies, cool.
All right. Anyways, so for those that are listening and not watching, you probably heard an unfamiliar voice and maybe a voice that you forgot. So we got Luke back in the building. Luke, welcome back. My dog moved back to Florida, and you are here for good.
Bro,
Correct?
only 8 months too late.
What you mean 8 months too late?
Bro, I feel like I should have been here the
8
whole
months
time.
ago,
I
you
never
said?
left.
Oh,
Yeah.
because you were at your other job for 8 months. Damn, that was a fast ass 8 months.
Bro, facts.
You were visiting
But
so
still.
often too that.
I mean, yeah, that is true. I was back like 2 or 3 times a month.
Yeah.
Is what it felt
Facts.
like. But bro, honestly, ever since I've been back, I was like, I should have never moved out there.
But
that's how you got to where you are now, though.
I mean, yeah, I got my foot in the door that way, but still, like, financially, it was a shit decision. And then also for the relationship and like my own fucking mental
financially,
health,
nah, not really. But just a couple things happened, and then that cost you some money. But you've also made more with what you were doing in addition.
Yeah,
to work.
yeah. But terminating the now, what I'm having to deal with the terminating the lease, like they want
that's it.
4 months rent though at one time.
Right. Yeah. So
That's
I mean,
a lot.
yeah. But it wasn't that going up there was the financial decision. It's just
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but either way,
I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, you happy to be back. We happy that you back. You was a big piece missing from the pod, so
pause.
Pause. But also, our boy Matt, my boy Matt,
another big piece.
My ex-employee Matt is in the building. What's up, Matt? How you doing? And
Good.
Matt arguably #1 fan. It's been between you and Lindsay, who we've I constantly reference on the podcast. But now I think
I don't know. I feel like Lindsay might still have it.
But
though.
you've been on the pod now, and she has not.
hasn't.
So now that might put you.
I think Michelle
I'll
still in
take
that
it.
top 3 though too.
Yes, Michelle. Sorry, Michelle. I keep excluding.
and she
you
was on
from
the
this.
pod.
And
Yeah,
she
she
was on
was
the
on
pod.
the-
Yeah, you gonna
was.
forget her name.
But she don't listen. She don't listen
Zach
to every
forgot me.
podcast though.
That's true.
Yeah, I feel like Matt and Lindsay listen
Matt,
every week.
yeah, Matt before the pod was making pod references with us. I was like, this is kind of lit.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember like what you guys were talking about
Yeah.
beforehand. Try to
Michelle?
listen to your guys, the one that dropped on Tuesday, like right when it listened. So I was like, all right, let's see where it goes.
Yeah, as soon as we post, Matt always replying to the post or texting me, whatever it may be.
Yeah, at first I was just texting you,
Yeah.
and you're like, and you were talking about like, hey, like let's get some more engagement. I was like, shit, I should probably like,
Yeah,
talk a little more on IG or whatever.
yeah. Did you listen to podcasts prior to us, or?
Yeah, well, I listened to Congratulations
Oh yeah,
with
yeah,
Chris,
that's right. You a Chris
But, like-
fan just like me.
but honestly, there wasn't too much else that I listened to podcast wise, and I'm more just listening to music and that kind of thing, or going on a drive or driving to work or something like that, and podcasts are just kind of on the back burner for me. And
So you're saying you don't like podcasts? So you're like Phil?
no, I mean like I listen to like Ryan Clark's podcast.
Pivot is great.
Yeah, Pivot.
Oh yeah.
So there
you
are
gave-
some
you
stuff.
gave me shit because I said I don't like Ryan Clark.
Yeah, I don't.
You sleep.
Oh, he was.
I like
he's,
Ryan
he's a Steelers fan too.
Yeah. So I mean, there's part of why I listen to Ryan Clark is because he's Steeler.
He's just good in general.
But
though, I
that's
think.
he's
also the best podcast, sports podcast out right now.
Yeah, he's just so intellectual when it comes to football and just other things just that he wants to talk about. So I mean, it's like you guys that.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the
Hey, we're up there with the pivot. It's lit.
Yeah.
Right? Being on TV helped Ryan Clark too. Like
Yeah,
hit
for
the
sure.
yeah,
sports
yeah.
talk.
It
stuff.
helps.
Well, he has a good personality too.
Yeah.
So
And don't say I don't listen to podcasts. I just listen to them on YouTube.
You always say you don't like podcasts as much as like AJ and I, because AJ and I only listen to podcasts really. Like you, when you're doing a drive, working out.
I don't like
whatever,
listening to
you
podcasts
don't
when I
listen to
drive.
music. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I like watching podcasts.
Yeah.
Oh, I listen to podcasts on the drive, but working out, no, just
Yeah.
music.
Like if I'm doing a light workout or going for a run, then yeah, I'll listen to a podcast. But outside of that, no.
a
What's
light run. You're gonna listen to it? Like,
yeah,
you
it's
just,
kind of
like-
wild.
Yeah, just
That seems like a little
No,
weird, but
during a run is like the perfect time.
Actually,
yeah,
on-
'cause
I
it
guess if you
distracts
zone
you
out
I
about
guess
it.
on a
Yeah.
bike ride, I listen to podcasts actually over music.
I don't know.
And
I
it
just
just-
got
If I'm trying to go for record time or whatever, then I for
Okay,
sure
alright.
need music. Like I recently did a 5K. Like no, I wasn't gonna listen to a podcast during that
That's right.
because I gotta have that beat going, that rhythm going. So
I don't know. I definitely listen to you guys during work sometimes, and I catch myself like literally laughing
well,
at the
hopefully-
desk.
Hopefully you got headphones in, cause
Yeah, no, definitely not out loud. It's
you go
yeah.
hear Phil
Right.
talking about fucking chicks and shit.
Yeah.
So.
What?
Vagina and
No.
buttholes.
But
No.
anyways,
Wait. Before we move on, what speed do y'all listen to podcasts on?
regular
Regular
speed.
Regular
speed?
speed.
Oh, for
Is there-
real?
Is there a,
you listen to
Really?
the
Yeah,
fast- the
I-
fast
So Luke
one.
listens to it
Like
in
one and a
in
half?
0.5.
Hi.
Like 1.5.
Welcome
Yeah.
back to another
No, I
episode.
listen to it
Save
at
it for the
1.5
pod.
speed, so
I've done
almost
that.
twice as fast. I love that shit.
I've done that before with ones that like they don't. Like it's really long and it's like a lot of in between
Yeah.
spaces.
Yeah.
So I
Like,
so
you're
I've
still-
done it before.
You're getting all the information a lot quicker. Like it's not like it's so fast that you can't process what they're saying.
Yeah.
And it cuts down a pod like by a quarter of the speed.
Yeah, but
or
my
whatever.
objective also isn't to like finish the podcast, which of
Hmm?
sorry, that,
I mean,
when
it
I
is.
listen, when I listen to a podcast, like when I turn
You're
it
listening
on,
for the content. You're
Yes,
not
I'm
listening to
listening for
Yeah,
hurry
but
up
you
and
don't
say.
miss the content
Yeah.
at that speed. Like it's not so fast that you don't know what they're
But
saying.
what I was getting at is I don't have the need to listen to it faster because it's like I just
Yeah.
want to listen to it, enjoy it, and just go through my
Yeah.
ride. So it's like I don't need to listen to it on that. If
Yeah.
my objective was like, okay, I got to finish this podcast so I can get to the next one, then I would consider
Yeah.
doing that.
The first time I ever did that was actually the road trip from here to Indianapolis when I got the job. And Adam was the one who put me on to doing it. And he started playing it. And I was like, why the fuck are they talking so fast?
Yeah.
I'm like, is this the actual speed? And he was like, no, I listen to everything on 1.5 speed. And I started doing it, and I love that shit.
For like
Yeah.
3 hour ones, it helps.
Yeah. I mean,
Like
I
three,
think
two and a half.
I do it now for all podcasts.
Yeah.
I just don't like podcasts over an hour and a half. That's like hour and a half gets too long, and I'm just like, I really got to be intrigued in a conversation to stay for that long.
That's true.
So I end up breaking it up. I like watching it in parts.
But anyways, going back to Matt, you want to tell the people a little bit about yourself?
Shit. Grew up in Cleveland, based in Cincinnati now. Working for a sports company. Met Zach from UC. Met Lukie also at UC.
University of Cincinnati, by the way.
At
Cincinnati.
UC and then again at Dayton.
At Dayton for NERSA.
Yeah, a basketball thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't really know what else.
Which, by the way, I mean, we got to talk about what a terrible influence both mainly
what?
that Luke is, but also me as your boss.
That was...
When Luke
I forgot about
goes
that.
to that trash ass goddamn strip.
No. We could talk about that. Let him. Should we let him finish?
I mean, I'm pretty much done, but that you guys tell that story probably better than I could.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
So, I mean, was Sierra at that one? Was Sierra at that tournament?
Yeah.
So, I was at Kentucky at the time. Zach was working at UC. Matt was working at UC as an official. And so NERSA has these regional tournaments where each school will like send a student official. So Matt's representing UC. I'm representing Kentucky, and I brought a student official with me to represent Kentucky. Anyway, we're at the tournament. And once the games are done, like you have some downtime. And so this is my first time in Dayton. I feel like we had a couple drinks at that sports bar where the social was.
Yeah,
where the social was.
First time in Dayton, you got to paint the town.
And Zach was reunited with like his Toledo people.
Yeah.
And so I was like, damn, maybe we should hit up a strip club. And we were in Dayton, Ohio.
Real quick, because
Why?
Tatiana already knows anytime I'm out with Luke, like at this point in time in our life, not anymore. But Luke would always just want to go to strip clubs for absolutely no reason. Like, we could be in the best place in the world. We can be in the worst place in the world, like Dayton, Ohio. And Luke's going to be like, hey, let's go to the strip club. All right, continue.
But when we got there, okay, I'm a bad influence because we were literally representing our school, and we
didn't have like stuff on.
I mean, yeah, we didn't have any like apparel or anything.
We weren't saying like, "Yo, go Kentucky."
Yeah, exactly. But still, like looking back on it, probably shouldn't have done it.
Definitely.
But when we got to the strip club in Dayton, there were baddies there.
Was it?
Well,
I didn't even
Dayton
remember.
has baddies. Like my homeboy.
I didn't know that.
No,
So,
Dayton does not have baddies.
My
at all.
homeboy would go to Dayton. I think I met
Homecoming
him,
or something?
They have a big party. I think it's in spring semester, but he would always go to Dayton and be like, "Bro, Dayton got baddies," and
Dayton's live.
they be on that.
Well, with all the houses being there, I heard the house parties are pretty good. Like
Yeah.
the house,
Like
the houses
Halloween
are
night or
on
something,
campus. Like,
They drink like no
Yeah.
other.
He said they had baddies. I
Yeah.
always wanted to go to Dayton. Like
but
I've heard good
I didn't
things about
expect
Dayton.
it. We go to the strip club, and I swear it was like 90% of the strippers were bad. And even if you go to a strip club in Miami, that's not guaranteed that 90% are going to be bad.
I honestly don't remember them being that fantastic.
You don't remember?
I only remember the drinks being terrible.
But Luke
They-
was
oh,
also
you got-
Luke was also in Kentucky for a little while before this,
Yeah,
that is true. That is true.
and he was sending. He
That's
would send me
facts.
like, "Yo, I'm talking to this girl. She's kind of bad."
I would
I'm
never
like,
send you pictures, though.
Bruh, yes, no, you showed me pictures of people.
No way.
Bro, when I went there,
We punching
It's
back
just for me.
in
It's
now.
just for me.
Anyway, so the whole point of that story is just I was a terrible boss by taking Matt to the strip club.
But also here we are now.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
maybe it worked out.
yeah, exactly. Matt, you the
It's
homie.
team building.
But
Yeah.
also,
It really was.
in
It really-
campus rec though, that's not frowned upon. That's actually pretty normal.
yeah, strip clubs they love that.
It's
Bro, what?
it
That's
can,
pretty
it can be
normal.
normal, but also frowned upon. It is frowned upon.
I mean, it's frowned upon, but it's
had
normal
my
practice.
employers found out,
Oof.
I would
Yeah.
have been in trouble.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
it's
we were-
normal practice that they do a lot of shit like that
Yeah.
with.
I mean, campus rec people, yeah, they do a
they
lot of-
good. They fun people. So you go
Yeah.
out partying with your supervisors
Yeah.
all the time.
but not really strip clubs. Like you'll drink at a bar and get drunk
And
with
it's
them.
not like
I
there
went
were
to
several-
a strip club in New
it's-
Orleans with several professionals. Like that were assistant directors,
Yeah, but it's not like there were several students there or a couple of.
I was
students.
the only one.
It was
literally,
it was like you guys, and there was me.
GA,
we went to the bar.
You ever
staff,
saw a student
Matt.
at the strip club when you went?
Bro, I was the student.
He was the student. That's what he's saying.
I was the student.
So Phil and
when
I
it was,
had
I was a
common.
student, GAs, assistant directors, and one dude was a director at a school in the South. And we went to Mardi Gras, but we went out every night, got wasted. They paid for it. Went to like the dirtiest of strip clubs on Bourbon Street, which is awful. So I'm saying, I say that to say like it's pretty common. So I don't think it's not. You're not technically supposed to do it, and I don't think it makes you a bad boss.
Yeah,
It makes you a good boss.
We were gonna go to another one too, and
Yeah, I
then
think
you
Luke
had
was trying to
someone had like sweatpants on. They're like,
oh, that was me.
yeah,
I had
and they're like,
sweatpants
you
on,
can't
they-
come in here. Like,
they
what?
wouldn't let me in.
They like had to wear jeans or something.
Yeah,
we were thinking of going to
They didn't
Walmart.
want the strippers to feel on my meat. That's what it was. Anyway, so Matt, we appreciate you being in town and being on the pod.
Appreciate y'all
like
having me.
we've mentioned before on the pod, if you ever in town, you a friend of ours, we will get you on.
Pull
just
up.
ask. That's all you got to do. But we kind of talked about dating, and we just passed St. Patrick's Day. One thing I need to know, Matt, you being the one white dude on the pod right now, and I don't mean to single you out.
Nope, it's all good.
But why
I don't know.
is St. Patrick's
I
Day
don't
such a big deal?
He
to
don't
white
speak
people?
for all white people.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
I'm not Irish, so maybe that's part of it.
Yeah.
You drink beer?
Oh, of course I drink beer. But no, I'm not like a huge like. I gotta go get loaded on St. Patrick's Day. I mean, that's just me though. I know
Loaded
that like.
nachos?
What's that?
Loaded nachos? Loaded what?
Loaded with beer.
Oh.
Yeah, alcohol, all of it.
And they dye everything green. Like
Yeah,
dye the beer green.
Well, and the thing with St. Patrick's Day is like, St. Patrick's colors were blue,
Oh, really?
but they
Facts.
adopted the color of green for Ireland because that's where he's like
I didn't know that.
the patron saint of.
Okay.
It was like that's where the green comes from, but
Gotcha.
his colors were actually blue.
I love having someone educated on the pod.
Well,
And
I'm
to bring the
only
facts.
And
it's
white
only
guy-
one
and
of
white
those
guy
things-
history?
Yeah, wow.
Okay.
Happy to help, I guess, guys.
We've never had this before, right?
But yeah, St. Patrick's Day, I feel like it's pretty much white people's Cinco de Mayo. Well, actually, Cinco de Mayo is white people's.
I was gonna
Cinco
say, yeah, like it's mad white people just
Cinco
walking
de
around, just like, yeah, Cinco de Mayo, motherfucker.
Exactly.
And they don't
but-
even like Mexicans. The irony.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True. But St. Patrick's
They
Day
be
is-
like,
is-
close off the borders, but Cinco de Drinko. Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Did
But
y'all
y'all don't
get-
even want to come over here.
Did y'all get pinched yesterday for not wearing green? Or did y'all
No,
wear
I wore
green
green.
yesterday?
Nah,
Nah, bro. I wish nigga would pinch me for that.
Dang, and I went out and had
Like,
green beer
I'm
too.
a snuff you.
Did you?
Yeah,
Damn, you love St. Patrick's
I
Day.
do. That's my favorite holiday.
St.
But
Patrick's
you
Day is your
also
favorite?
are
No, I'm
Irish.
joking.
Oh, I was like, wait, hold up.
But he also Irish, so it would make sense.
And
are
you were
Irish.
you were in the city for the Green River too, right?
Yeah,
Chicago.
that was actually pretty.
Wasn't
cool.
it? It was green or wasn't it frozen?
It
No, they
wasn't
dyed
frozen.
green
Oh,
every
They
year.
dye it green, yeah.
But I thought it was like frozen.
I feel like that can't be good for that environment.
Probably not.
I think
But I don't
use-
think
I
there's
think
any
they use
fish
safe
in Lake
stuff
Michigan
now.
like that for real anyways.
What'd you say?
Lake
AJ?
Michigan's dirty as shit.
I don't know. I think Phil just wants to speak only.
I
What'd
didn't
you
even hear
say,
you.
AJ?
Go ahead.
I think they made it like environmentally safe or like
It has
they're
to
like
be.
yeah.
I mean, of course, but I still feel like it's not as beneficial for the environment than just not doing it.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Agreed.
I mean, it could easily be just, hey, let's not do it, but still celebrate the holiday.
Exactly.
But I feel like Chicago is just kind of known for having that anyways.
It's
You
like-
know
it's a
what?
thing now.
Because this is the first year that it's an official holiday. Juneteenth, us black people, we need to like take it and make it how white people make Cinco de Mayo big and fucking
Well,
St. Patrick's Day
Juneteenth is
You make
big.
big in
everything
Texas
black?
already though.
Huh?
Juneteenth is
like that
big
could
in
be
Texas
problematic.
already. It just hasn't picked up nationally.
Yeah, but now that it's like a national holiday and we're observing it as a national holiday, we need to, us black people, if you're listening to this podcast, we turning up, pull up to the crib, pull up to the pod.
Luke's taking us to the strip
We
club.
recording on Juneteenth. Luke gonna have the strippers there. We gonna have the lick on deck. What else we gonna have?
That's not
to
how I
be-
want to celebrate.
Well,
it.
no,
That's
no, no.
not how I want to celebrate it.
I don't want to make it a
I don't
stereotypical
even- I don't even
thing,
like
but
that. I don't wanna
want
celebrate
it to
that
be
way.
a fun event. That's all I'm
So
saying.
then have a cookout or barbecue.
I didn't say we gonna have fried chicken and watermelon.
No, you just said we was going to the strip club. What?
No, I said we gonna have the strippers there. That's what I said.
We don't
Luke
want
gonna make
strippers
sure
at
we
an
gonna have the
independent
strippers there.
celebration, bro.
All right,
We
my
got the
fault.
strippers there.
My fault.
We don't want
but
strippers
we
there.
gonna turn up on Juneteenth. That's what I'm trying to say. But anyways, moving on, going into the topics. So something that Luke had put on here was a Florida man was arrested after buying meth and asked the cops to test the authenticity of said meth. And once again, Florida man just showing its ugly face. As a non-Floridian outside of Phil, how do you feel every time you hear these Florida man stories?
I think I just laugh because it's always like Florida man did this. And it's usually just something super comical and outlandish.
That no one else even fucking.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, it's Florida. Yeah, the shit just like it's. I don't know if it's not expected, but just like, oh okay, yeah, that happened in Florida, right? Kind of.
But 9 times out of 10, I'm like, I don't know if I believe this article, but this I could see.
Yeah, I could see this one.
Actually,
Wait, what was it? I missed it.
So a guy, he bought meth and asked
the
officer to check the authenticity.
He got donkey of the day.
Huh?
He got donkey of the day. That's how I heard about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How do you even test authenticity of methamphetamines?
You test it. Well, he thought it. So he called the police because he thought it was fake meth. Okay. So they tested to see if it's methamphetamines in it, and it was like, yeah, it's methamphetamines in here. It's meth.
So
he called the cops on himself.
Yeah. It's not like he called the cops on his drug dealers. But he called the cops and like they played on Donkey of the Day. Played the call. He's like, "Hi, like I just took meth and I've been using meth for a while and it just doesn't feel right. Yeah. And I don't want to get the guys in trouble, but I think they sold me some bad meth. Yeah. And so that was the gist. That was the gist of the call. And then the police arrested him. They went checked it. They checked it for it, made sure it was meth. Like do the tester, whatever they tested with, and then they arrested him. But he was like, I just don't want the guys to go to jail. They could be good guys and they didn't know.
Do you think he gets less time for kind of snitching on himself instead of the police finding out?
Nah,
I don't think so.
Because it's still possession.
Yeah, but
that's wild.
And paraphernalia.
Being a good Samaritan at that point, I feel like.
At that point, it doesn't seem like it is. Just like
you don't think so?
He'd be a stupid Samaritan, but
you kind of taking away some of the work that the police have to do. So I don't know. I feel like if you admitted to the wrongdoing, you should kind of get a little bit of a lighter sentence.
Damn, I killed that guy.
That's just me.
Just give me 6 months. I killed him.
Yeah, that's a terrible. That's a terrible.
Isn't that like being in court and
taking a plea deal?
Yeah, saying you're guilty.
I mean, kind of, but I could just kill somebody and immediately go to court or go to the cops and be like, "Hey, I just killed this person." Yeah, like what AJ was just saying. Like, give me 6 months because I'm coming to you.
Hey, I said I did this, so
don't make it. That's not how it works.
I saved the taxpayers a lot of dollars.
Instead of going to court, I'm here, man. Let's do it.
The police would be mad. Like, nah, we're trying to spend that.
Well, hopefully. Well, I was going to say hopefully he doesn't get in too much trouble, but I don't know if he's a good or bad person, so...
You don't know him like that.
He's a meth user, so if you use meth, I feel like eventually you're going to be a bad person.
Yeah.
No.
Eventually you're going to be a bad person?
I don't think so.
I don't think that's... Over time you develop.
Yeah, meth is highly addictive. What do you mean?
What?
That doesn't make you a bad person, though.
Eventually you will be a bad person because if you got possessions, you're going to sell everything you have for drugs. Like,
that's not always the case.
All right, go look at the opioid... Like... That's generally the case.
I don't know.
Why do you think it's a crisis?
Aren't there foreign countries that
why do you think it's a crisis
that allow addicts to use drugs? What's the reason?
The same way they're trying to do the same thing they're trying to do here.
Like Washington.
But it's you told me that Adam told you about it and we talked about it, but
I think we talked about this on the pod. Seattle was trying to decriminalize.
I think it's the state of Washington.
Well, no. It's not even decriminalized. They have locations where you can come and use like these drugs. Safely use them.
New York just opened one. New York has the first one in the country.
Really?
Okay, go finish.
With the purpose of having those people come in and like letting them use it, but then also trying to figure out why they're using and how they can stop them from continuing to use it and get off of that stuff rather than just locking them up and throwing them in jail.
So it's not always bad.
Bro, it's an opioid crisis because you started, it's super highly addictive, and then you just funnel downhill after that. That's literally you starting off as a good person and turning into a bad person. What do you mean? You fucking start selling shit, you start losing your teeth, then you start robbing people. Like, go look at the Heartlands. Go look at Midwest America. That's why it's a crisis.
This
Just like
this
crack.
is a logical fallacy.
No, okay, bro. Just like have you ever seen a crackhead? Did you see what crack did to black people in Chicago? Because I have, and they were good people.
So
Oh,
no
okay.
one can turn their life around after.
I'm not
getting
saying I'm
addicted to
not.
drugs?
I never said that.
You're
All I
s-
said is it turns good people to bad people because of the addiction and the lengths you'll go to satisfy your addiction. Once you sold off everything, you don't have money and you can't sustain work because the addiction takes over your life.
Okay, some people, yeah.
That's
But you're
majority
making
of
a
the
gener-
people.
you're
That's
making
why
a
it becomes a
generalization.
crisis.
Yeah.
You're making a generalization.
That's
You're calling them bad people when it could. With Luke saying you could have said it better by saying, it makes them do bad things.
Yeah.
Not that they are
They're not
not
bad
that they are
people.
a bad person. That's what.
well, if you're doing bad things, doesn't
No.
that make you a bad person?
No. As a kid, you probably stole, right? You stole gum
Yeah,
or
I was
something.
yeah.
Does that make you a bad person? You did something
And
bad.
in that moment, I'm breaking the law. That makes me a bad
So you're a
person.
bad
That's
person?
not true. Not every law. Not
Yeah.
breaking every law makes you a bad person. So you're a
I
bad
s-
person
I
when you
sped-
go over
I
the
sped
speed limit.
before, yeah, I'm not a bad person.
That's what he's-
But
that's what he's trying to
stealing,
say.
You
stealing
think I'm a
makes you a
shitty
bad
person?
person because I knew I shouldn't have stolen it. I knew I shouldn't have
I
been
shouldn't
stealing.
have sped.
In my opinion, calling someone a bad person is them kind of doing things over and over and over again. That's when it's like, okay, you're a bad person, quote unquote.
Like the repetition of it.
Huh?
Like the repetition of it.
Yeah, exactly. I think doing something once, depending on the severity of it,
Like you're gonna.
like stealing, like a fucking nail clipper or something from the dollar store one time, I wouldn't say you're a bad person.
Yeah, but more.
No, you just
but
said-
more times.
Is
than
Robin
not-
Hood a bad person?
More times than not, like those addicts don't just do one bad thing. It's a combination
Yeah.
of things.
No, I
And
get that. But we can move on though. So I thought we were off the Asian hate, but apparently a 67-year-old Asian woman or lady got punched 125
Oh
times
dear.
in New York.
Why are you
That's not
laughing?
funny.
What?
It's not funny, but it's just like
Why were they so specific with the
That is a
127?
lot of
That's
times.
so many times.
in my head, I'm like,
how do they count that?
who determined that it was 100? Was she
They just
counting
said with, like,
the
a
entire
counter,
time?
like-
Is that caught on camera?
All right.
Yeah, if it was caught on camera,
had
that's
to be,
probably
yeah.
why, and that's how they counted it.
That's so
But
aggressive.
also, as the
Imagine he's like
violator-
1, 2, 3.
Counting out loud.
Yeah, why did you
Count
feel it was
Dracula.
necessary to punch somebody that many fucking times?
I mean, you probably don't know you punched him that many times though.
You just pissed.
You just open up a can of
That's
whoop
so
ass.
rage.
And you're
You
not
got
really
rage.
counting. You just.
I don't know.
think
It
about-
also, at a 67-year-old lady, like that's you got to be real fucked
feel like
up.
she's
You got to be a
gone.
bad person
You are a bad person. What do you mean?
to punch an old lady 125 times.
Yeah.
Also, how did someone
27.
how did someone let it get to that? Like if you're there,
I mean, I don't know if
You
you
gotta
just
stop it.
let it happen. Maybe she's by herself in an alley. I don't know, or I don't know what it was, but it doesn't always mean
Yeah.
that someone let it happen.
yeah,
Well, if it was recorded though, and that's how they counted,
Like a security camera,
well,
maybe.
maybe. Yeah.
that's true.
And it happened like behind a shelf, and the guy was busy with a long line. I don't know.
You
There's
didn't
ways.
see what the reasoning was. Not that there's
It was
a
just because
justifiable-
it was just because she was Asian.
Oh, just be Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like, that's so crazy to me. Like, just to hate somebody else because of
And not only that, like you don't go and attack just like a healthy looking person.
yeah.
Someone who
I'm
can't
not
defend
saying she
themselves.
looked unhealthy, but
Yeah.
someone who's less able
Not
to defend
67
themselves.
years old.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
That's
Any
weak.
other thoughts
Yeah,
on
that's
that?
wild though.
People fucked.
Yeah. All right. So a super dumbass question that I've been seeing a lot on TikTok, and I always reference the Joe Budden podcast, but they brought it up on here, and I'm interested to see what y'all think. What are there more of in the world? More doors, or more wheels?
I've seen this all over Twitter.
More
It's
doors or more
everywhere.
wheels? You
Yeah,
said.
more doors or more wheels.
I think it comes to the definition of what's a wheel and what's a door.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm,
Because some people are like, "Oh, is a window a door?"
no.
Some
I'm not-
yeah, are those cabinet
Yeah.
cabinet doors?
Yes.
Yeah. That's it.
Oh, then there's more doors. Not just because of that.
One
But like,
apartment
but when you
store.
But I
open,
feel like- I
when you
feel like-
open the cabinet, the little like thing in there, is that a wheel? Because
Oh,
it's
like
round
the
and it
clasp.
helps it open, or like if a drawer, you open a drawer, there's wheels on that. Is this,
And any like gears that move are those?
is that a
wheels?
wheel? Yeah, it
Nah,
depends
I
on what's a
wouldn't say
wheel.
that's
You wouldn't think that's a wheel?
It does the same thing a wheel does, like what it was first invented for. Just
That is
make
true.
things go smooth.
That is true. I think I'm still saying doors though.
I think if you keep to like the traditional sense of the definition of door
door
versus
and
wheel,
wheel, yeah.
probably doors.
But if you look at transportation, like there's I guess there's doors on vehicles,
and that's what.
But not a bike, not a bicycle.
4 doors on. Well,
Yeah, but every house has doors, multiple doors.
But if
there's also mobile homes,
multiple doors within the. Yeah, but they still only got what 4, 6 wheels, 8 wheels at the most.
What about 18-wheelers with 2 doors?
I was just about to say, you look at semis, and not
still,
that's 18 wheels for maybe 4 or 5 doors on
max.
With the trailer.
Still think about how many houses, apartments, condos,
that's true.
Hotels and all that stuff,
shit,
and all the doors that are within that.
A lot more.
Now think about all the gears that are in those things that make things go.
So you saying gears?
Now think about like all the
bicycles,
all the luggage. All the luggage in those places, wheels on it.
Yeah.
All the, it's just.
Well, when you open up the luggage, is that a door to your luggage?
I don't think it would be a door. That's what I'm saying. All right, Phil said. Phil?
Think about all the bikes, rollerblades, skates in the world. Heelys.
Yeah.
I saw a kid.
I really wish someone would do a study on like count every door and wheel
by
they
the end
see.
of this month we will definitely have somebody.
How many wheels do you think are thrown away, and how many doors are not thrown away?
Why are you throwing away wheels?
Yeah.
You get like tires.
Oh, new tires.
You gotta use tires way more than you use a new door. Like
is the tire the wheel, or is the wheel is the act?
Rubber.
When you throw away a tire, it's
I would
not the
consider
wheel.
the tire is still the wheel.
You would?
I would, yeah.
And then think about like dollies. There's wheels on dollies. Think about all the grocery carts.
Yep. There's more wheels.
No, I'm not saying one or the other. I'm just saying.
I'm still sticking with
I don't think it's obvious.
I'm still
I mean, yeah, you got fridge doors. You got fucking doors. Garage doors. Garage doors.
Not to mention all the Jeeps with extra wheels on them.
What about the Jeeps with extra doors?
Well, I mean, every car
has a spare now. You gotta take that into account too.
Not mine.
See, I don't like the car because that's the number one thing I keep hearing people say is about cars, and to me, it's still the only point that I've heard that's good. If we're gonna consider a gear a wheel, which I can see that justification, then I might go wheels.
A pulley system.
You wouldn't count skates and rollerblades. That's 8 wheels right there.
No,
I do.
I count that, of course.
And look how many have been mass produced.
I still think, as far as doors go, there's still more doors in the world than.
I think more wheels are thrown away than doors are thrown away. Yeah. We have a lot of junk.
Probably, yeah.
And all the wheels on Hot Wheels.
So I said doors. Lukie said doors. Phil,
well,
you're saying
when
wheels?
I'm saying thrown away, that means that they're replaced more often.
Yeah.
So if something's replaced more often, more are being made.
Yeah.
Wheels.
Matt, what'd you say?
I'm conflicted. I think it's still doors for me.
Oh, okay.
But I'm definitely overthinking this way too much now.
AJ, what do you say?
I'm gonna say wheels.
Wheels. Okay.
So wait, who said doors and said wheels?
Phil's the only one that said.
No, me and Phil said wheels.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad.
I think doors.
All right, moving on though. So I kind of wanted to revisit something. We don't need to spend too much time on it unless y'all got stuff. But Lindsay, after our last podcast.
Oh wait, cars have a steering wheel. The amount of steering wheels out there.
Big fat.
You know how many go-karts there are that out the UTVs that don't have doors?
Yeah, but I think
Jeeps with no doors.
Also looking at like
have doors. You just had to take them off.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay. I mean, some
go-karts. Like,
go-karts, golf carts don't.
It's true. You just gotta step over them.
Yeah.
Or even like golf carts for like golf. I don't know. They don't have no doors, right?
I mean, I was just thinking like being in a plane with you brought up the luggage thing.
Yeah.
Everything, almost every suitcase that's in there has at least 2, maybe 4 wheels.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then you got the wheels on the plane.
But I was thinking like when you brought up apartments and condos and shit, like there are definitely more doors in that situation than wheels.
It's got to be close.
I think that's why the question was raised.
I honestly think someone should do a study.
I'm telling you, by the end of the month, I guarantee.
Just count every door. That would take a long ass time. Count every door and wheel that you see. I mean, in this room, what do you see more of, doors or wheels?
The ones you don't see. Those ones that get you.
And we're always talking about cars and what, like, that's again what.
Yeah, cars is a bad example because it's probably a break even there.
Yeah, if you go to like third world countries and whatnot, where they have probably a lot less cars, but I'm sure there's still houses and whatnot.
And wheelbarrows.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you'll have wheelbarrows.
Like you'll have like I don't know.
But you wouldn't have as many wheelbarrows as there are cars over here.
Who knows? Yeah. You know how many gears or whatever. I mean, and you go to these places with factories. I don't know.
Fuck.
I don't know, but moving on.
Because
Wheels
carts
turning.
and things that people use to move, those all have wheels. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, per our conversation last podcast about what gives us the ick, Lindsay, she insisted that we knew why she brought up this question. And it's actually a good point. So she said what gives her the ick is when you have somebody that like bends over, a guy specifically, and their butt crack is sticking out of their pants. And she said she's literally broken up with somebody over that. And I was like, damn, that's actually kind of, I can understand that because obviously.
But she wants to have her cleavage out?
That's true.
Yeah,
Butt
what if I
cracks-
want my
Double-
cleavage out?
Exactly.
Butt crack sticking out is a whole other thing. Because Tatiana, I love her. She's sexy to me.
If she said,
But a lot of
butt
times,
crack out.
because I always make fun of her that she got a high butt crack. And that shit is 100%.
Maybe going up to her shoulder blades?
Pretty much. That shit is not sexy at all. And I'm like, yo, Tatiana, put that shit away. But
You're wildin'.
Lindsay.
I wish my girl had her butt crack out.
Really? So you could lick it? That's what you was getting to.
Facts.
Do you have anything that gives you the ick since you wasn't here? Or Matt, you got anything since y'all wasn't on the last podcast?
I mean, y'all mentioned bad hygiene.
Yeah.
That one was a big one for me. As I was listening to that, I was like, I hope someone mentions bad hygiene. And then everyone kind of said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably. I feel like it's more universal for
Yeah.
most people. So you got bad breath and you're like, the fuck.
I don't think I ever broke up with anybody for anything dumb like them having.
But you a lover boy like me, so I feel
Wait,
like you're
hold on.
not even really breaking up
Yeah,
with people
but
like
if
that.
you really like somebody, you're not gonna break up with them just because their ass cheeks are out.
She must have been dating a fat nigga.
I don't know.
Oh, dear.
Oh, no.
But for real though, like you're dating somebody and they bend over and their crack is showing, like you're not gonna be like, oh, I can't date this person no more.
What if it's
Just
like 2
because of
weeks
What's the
into it?
frequency of their butt crack?
I mean, if it's every time.
Yeah,
like-
the way she said it sounded like it was a
okay,
consistent
at that
thing.
point, you're not wearing a belt.
But
Like,
she's
you
also a
probably-
Cowboys fan. So I was like,
Or your drawers are loose.
you can't really be a good person.
I guess.
Being a Cowboys fan.
Could you imagine someone's draw sagging?
I feel like you probably broken up with somebody over some petty. Have you
Over
ever
some
broken
dumb
up
shit?
with somebody over some petty shit?
I mean, I've just broken up people just because I wanted to break up with them.
Got you.
It had no reason. I just wake up on Monday and be like, I want to date this person.
Like, you're the
Yeah.
homie, you know?
Cindy actually told me she broke up with someone because they had food in their teeth.
Really?
I was like, honestly, that's something completely out of their control. Like
Yeah,
they're
you
just,
could just
eating, enjoying their meal.
Brush your teeth.
Yeah.
This
It
isn't
wasn't-
working out. This isn't
It wasn't.
working out.
It wasn't like they went like 3 days with food in their teeth. It was like they just ate and
Yeah.
had food. In their
Also,
teeth.
wouldn't date a person. Like, I feel like
They had their booty crack out? Yeah.
I wouldn't date a person. Like, I feel like you catch those signs before you date. So my talking stage is long enough to where I'd notice that behavior before I started dating you.
Yeah. I also literally just came to the realization that I've never even broken up with somebody before.
Jesus Christ.
I've only been the breakup
Damn.
I guess.
That's because you're the more of a lover boy than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
CLB.
guess so.
It's better on the other end. I can tell you that much.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't know.
It's way better on the other end.
facts.
You feel like an asshole, but at least you're not heartbroken.
Yeah. True. All right, moving on. So we got
You should try it.
streaming, movies.
I'm kidding.
I don't know if I
I'm
can
kidding,
do it now.
Tatiana.
Is there anything y'all been watching as of late?
I have been watching stuff.
I'm halfway through, I think, I'm not halfway, but
Gotcha.
a little bit of the way through the second season of Love is Blind now.
Oh, are you?
Because he told me about
So, you at this point you've seen Shake.
Yeah, I'm at the point where
Shake is Luke.
where
I
they're
told you
just-
this at the Heat game. Shake is Luke.
What?
So there's
Wait. I've seen like parts of it because Cindy watches it. So
Yeah.
like when she's watching, I'm like, I'll glance up. But which one is he? Is
Shake,
he?
Shake is the Indian guy.
Oh, the guy who she walks off. during the
Wait,
wedding?
hold on. I don't know if I'm at these
Well,
parts
no,
yet.
but
I'm at the part where
You've seen his personality
Yeah,
at
yeah,
this
yeah.
point if you're halfway through.
Isn't he? Doesn't he like flirt with other girls in front of her and shit? Like do
No.
dumb shit
No. He's the Indian one that's not attracted
to the Indian girl because she reminds her of the aunt or something.
And that was
or
you
his
with
grandma.
Guyanese girls when I was like, yo, Guyanese girls are so bad. And
Yeah,
at the
that's true.
time, you were like, oh, they're not that bad. But that's you, bro, essentially. But
Only because of that.
You said it in a nice way.
He's also an asshole, isn't he?
you used to be that way.
Okay.
But
mind.
continue, AJ. Continue.
Okay. Yeah, I'm at the part where they're all seeing each other for the first time.
Oh, okay.
Like all the other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see Jarrett and Mallory interact yet?
Yeah, they're. I'm at the part where I think it ended just when Jarrett was like, "Oh, so are you having second thoughts or like
Yeah.
what's going like that kind of thing?"
Yeah.
And they were both kind of asking each other, and then at the end of the episode, Sal, the Spanish dude, was crying. Is like, "I think I'm gonna leave."
Bro, that
She
nigga
don't want
is
me.
so. That nigga is the definition of pie, bro.
He is kind of fine.
Like, as again a certified lover boy, like I'm not even close to that level. Like that nigga is soft as shit. He's Sherman soft. But nah, I hope you finish it, and
Bro,
I want to hear your.
Who's Sherman?
The blonde girl that just left. She said no, sleep in a different room, and then she just ended up leaving. It was way early. It was I forgot her name, Shayna.
Oh yeah, Shayna. Yeah. She
Shayna
has issues, bro.
Yeah, she was all over the place.
Yeah, she definitely got issues. And she's like super religious, which I don't know. As
It didn't
that's not
seem
really,
it came through, but then that was like a big thing.
Yeah,
I couldn't do that either.
like being with someone that's super religious. Yeah, that would be a deal breaker for me, honestly.
I take
It's
it you
hard.
don't watch this show?
I do not watch it. I know you all
me
talked
neither.
about
Y'all
it,
need
but
to.
the
Me
Love
neither.
is Blind and
Yeah.
the Married at First Sight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we
It's
gotta
not
ask him.
religious,
I want Luke's answer and Matt's answer on.
What y'all would
which
rather
one?
do? Yeah,
Yeah.
what you'd rather do?
Wait, of what?
Love is Blind and Married at First Sight.
Tell him that you know the Married at First Sight concept or no?
No, I know the Love is Blind one, but I don't
So
know.
Yeah,
Married
Luke
at
don't
First
listen to pod,
Sight,
that's crazy.
You fill out some kind of test, survey, whatever it may be, and then these quote unquote experts pair you with somebody else that they feel you'd be compatible with.
I'd rather do Love is Blind.
And yeah, I think that's
Because
what
it's
I
in my
said.
control.
Yeah,
like
that's
what
what I
pick.
said.
So if I pick someone trash, I can only blame myself.
Yeah.
It's in my control.
I'd probably say the same. Just at least, I guess, kind of what Luke was saying. I'm at least having interaction with them beforehand, and like, I mean, I understand. Like you were talking about the gamemanship of it, like people talking.
Yeah, and
talking
especially
shit.
in the second season, I'm like, yo, this is not something I want to be a part of for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like, at least even if there is some gamemanship, I still having some interaction where it's just like having that. Marriage is a huge thing, and like having the. That's the first time you meet them.
Yeah.
That's
Marriage
a
is a
lot.
huge thing, but if you're gonna go on a show,
I mean, I guess
and
that's
with
true.
marriage is gonna be part of the show, then
Yeah.
it's like, okay,
Wait, but the marriage one, the other show, you have to marry the person?
yeah, you marry them at first sight, and then you can get it annulled or whatever it is
yeah.
after like 6
Because Love
weeks.
is Blind, right? You have a choice if you're going to marry them
Yeah,
first.
Yeah, you get
And you get to
you
see
get
them face to
proposed to
face
like
even.
twice. Yeah.
Yeah, so I do Love is Blind.
Married at First Sight. I mean, they start off like they meet at the altar.
I'd do that
Yeah.
just because it'd make for a better story. And then if I didn't like them, I'd just annul them.
Yeah, because
But I'd do that to see if people like, all right, let me see if you really know my taste.
I will.
Oh, Phil
say,
wasn't
though,
there either. Yeah, I'm gonna get Phil too. Cause my
Oh, yeah.
my point was that I would rather do Married at First Sight because one, I know I'm getting matched based on whatever, and if I'm talking to this person and I'm like, oh, these people don't know what they're talking about, I get that
Yeah.
easy out at 6 weeks or whatever it is. And the other one, you could really like that person, or you could be torn between a couple people, and then the person on the other end or other people that are there with you are also playing the game or like could be playing a game.
So they match you based on what, like interests?
I don't know, whatever
that's
this
what-
questionnaire is.
Because I feel like at that point, my interests are right now basketball and cycling. I don't want to date someone
But
that
you would tell them what you like in another one.
In
Yeah,
another
but these are
yeah.
experts.
Okay.
I'm sure they're not just gonna be like, oh, he
Oh,
likes
they
this,
like
she
they both
likes
like basketball?
Yeah.
They're gonna get married?
I'm sure
Yeah.
it's
I
a
don't know.
super in-depth questionnaire.
And I'm
curly
probably-
hair, eye color.
It's
height.
probably like, oh, do you want someone exactly like you, or like, like I think that would be a question.
Okay.
I would hope.
Yeah.
Because I would be like, no, I don't want someone exactly like me.
And not to spoil
I'm somewhere in
it,
the middle. Then I don't know.
Not to spoil it, but it
swaying me.
almost seems like the success rate of both shows, as far as like the couples that end up making it, it seems like it's about the same. I haven't finished Married at First Sight because the season is mad long, and I'm not gonna tell you who ends up together and whatnot, AJ. But like I said, it seems like the success rate for both might be about the same.
Is that low or high?
Well, I don't want to spoil it.
Yes.
For AJ.
Okay, above or below 50%?
I don't want to spoil it.
Well, the first season
I
was
have to say it's below.
First season was below 50%. Yeah.
Yeah,
I would
below
probably guess below.
Yeah. But something that we brought up last episode that I finally watched, Bel-air. Phil, you were right. The show is fire.
It's a good show.
I will say, Fresh Prince of Bel-air. Like, I don't dislike the show, but I feel like I wasn't as into it as most people from my generation. And this may be blasphemous. I'm not saying it's the better show, but I think I enjoy watching this better than I enjoyed watching the original Fresh Prince of Bel-air.
How do you
To
feel
each
about
his
that?
own.
Yeah.
The
But
original's so good though.
The original's good. I like this one. Like I said, I think this one as a standalone would have been really good. And just because the characters changed so much, and the nostalgia of the original characters, and I just like the comedy of the first. Like this one doesn't have that comedy; it has that drama.
Yeah.
I like the comedy because you got the drama, but on top of the drama, you got the comedy with real life.
This one doesn't have comedy.
It don't. It
I haven't
has
seen
like
it.
it has good.
Hold on.
I was saying how yeah, so this one doesn't have the comedic aspect of the original.
Yeah.
And I think the original did a really good job of taking real life situations and highlighting them, but also making them funny. Where this is just straight, for the most part, drama, which is cool, but you know.
Oh, this one's just, it's not a sitcom really. It's just like a.
No, yeah.
This is like a series type deal.
But there's still comedic relief. Like, of course, with Jazz, with Will, you still have funny moments and whatnot. But of course, it is a lot more serious than the original is.
Yeah, it's not to the extent of the original,
Yeah.
but it's still a really
Netflix?
good show.
It's on Peacock. But I think it's a really good show. They did a great job with casting. I don't feel like anyone. It's like they could have got somebody else. Like Will, they killed it with Will. And at parts, I feel like he even kind of sounds like him, and he has
Really?
like the mannerisms down. But not like every single part. The only thing that's weird to me, I feel like Aunt Viv and
Hillary.
yeah, Hillary
Sluggy
look like they
sound
like the
crazy.
same age. Like,
Hillary Sluggy sound crazy.
yeah, she fine as shit.
Yup.
Aunt Viv, I feel like the finest one. Honestly, Aunt Viv fine as shit too.
Yeah, they both look good.
But there are two parts where they messed up on, and it was like, damn, a show this heavily produced, y'all should have caught that shit.
Don't ruin it,
Wait, well, I
because
want to
people
know.
haven't watched it, so don't ruin it yet.
I want to know.
No.
I'm gonna
Luke's
still
gonna
watch
Google
it.
the ending
I'll
already.
I
yeah,
mean,
exactly.
I'm gonna try not to say spoilers, but I want to talk about the parts where they
Okay, do
messed
it.
up on. So the part where he gets pushed in the pool,
Oh my
and
gosh.
he's like falling into the abyss.
Oh no.
I haven't seen that part.
You said you're all the way caught up, and this is super early.
I didn't say I was caught up.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway.
I said I've seen a few episodes.
That was the first 10. That
Anyways.
was the first 10 minutes.
He was-
Episode
He
1.
was wearing ones, because I always just look at people's shoes. He's wearing ones. Then when he's in the water, like he still has the ones on. All of a sudden, he's wearing sevens, and then it goes back to ones. So that kind of annoyed me. And then two, there's a part where Lisa calls Aunt Viv. Like, why would you call her aunt? That's not your aunt.
Yeah.
That'd be like if you called Danny's mom Aunt Viv, like, or Aunt whatever her
Aunt
name is.
Mom.
Yeah, Aunt Mom. Yeah.
Actually, Caribbean people do that.
Do they?
Yeah, everyone's your auntie.
not from not
Even your
from
own
Australia.
mother.
Oh, not your own mother.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
exactly.
is that what it
Yeah,
is?
yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Well,
You don't know the
Lisa
characters?
Called
I don't think it's the own mother.
Carlton's mom Aunt Viv.
Wait, who's Lisa? Oh, Lisa's the girlfriend.
Yeah. So if you've watched Fresh Prince, what's Nia Long?
Mm-hmm.
That's Nia Long's
Oh,
character.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind, I'm wrong then.
Yeah. But outside of that, great show. Like I said, definitely watch it. Anything else y'all watching? Streaming?
Murderville,
Murderville?
but it's
Is that
not
good?
even that good.
No.
No, it has what's his name?
What's it
Will
on?
Arnett.
Yeah.
Netflix.
Netflix?
Yeah, he's a detective, and he has like a different guest every time, and he walks them through like a crime scene. Only he knows the script, so it's improv for everyone else.
Oh, okay.
And then at the end, they have to figure out who the murderer was or who committed the crime or whatever.
Oh, that kind of sounds dope.
But it's pretty trash.
Oh, it's
I didn't think it was funny at all.
Is it
the
like
only
it's
good
a comedy?
the only good episode.
It's a comedy?
Yeah.
Oh.
The only good episode was with Marshawn Lynch. Because I mean, just
Marshawn Lynch.
yeah, anything he says is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was kind of trash. So I shut it off after the Marshawn Lynch.
Gotcha.
Well, after the Marshawn Lynch episode.
Have any of y'all watched Winning Time?
I actually watched
Rise of the Lakers.
I watched one of them. I don't know which one it was in the hotel because our company did something with it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I should probably watch this shit. That was pretty good. I didn't. You're talking about like the cameras and stuff, and I was like, couldn't tell what was a commercial and what wasn't. I had a couple points.
Yeah.
But that was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, John C. Reilly, he's killing it as Jerry Buss.
Yeah.
He still kind of has his personality and puts his touch on it. But the only thing is, I don't know how, and I can't remember if I said this last episode, I don't know how much is truly accurate to what happened and how much is dramatized. But it is interesting to see Jerry West, like I talked about last pod, how much of a dickhead he is. Like, looking at his face, like, now as old Jerry West, I'm like, damn, this nigga definitely looks like a dickhead and probably racist. But, like, seeing it in the show, like, no, this nigga was a motherfucking dickhead. Like, he didn't want Magic at all. He ends up quitting because they end up drafting him and whatnot. But y'all need to watch it.
Is that on Netflix?
Nah, this is on
HBO.
HBO.
HBO Max.
Yeah.
Y'all got all the streaming services I don't have.
Well, that was
Really?
really the
You
only
got-
reason I watched it in the hotel. Is they had HBO, and I was like, shit.
How much
alright.
is that?
You got AT&T?
Yeah.
Then you have HBO Max. If your
Okay.
phone is if you got AT&T plan, you got HBO Max.
Bet. What about Peacock?
Peacock, you gotta
I
pay
thought
for.
you said you had Peacock because your brother did some stuff with them.
Yeah, but he doesn't work for the company no more.
Peacock is. I was actually just telling my coworker the other day. It's $5 a month for like the basic plan. I think they do have a free plan, but obviously that's limited. The basic package is $5, so you can watch everything, but you have ads, and then $10 for ad free.
I feel like I got so many fucking streaming services.
that they just
bro.
add up. Yeah.
I
But
got
I'm
Netflix,
still
Hulu,
standing
YouTube
on-
TV.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was saying I got Netflix, Hulu, YouTube TV, and I feel like that's fucking a lot.
There's
why do you have Hulu and YouTube TV?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you
I
got
feel
the
like
Apple
there's shit on-
package?
I feel like there's shit on Hulu that you can only watch on Hulu that you can't watch on YouTube TV.
What do you watch on
Yeah,
Hulu?
you can
What
get
do you watch
Hulu
on
with
Apple
live
TV?
TV, so you don't have to have Hulu and YouTube.
How much is Hulu with live TV?
I think it's like a 10.
And
At
you
the
get this-
time, it was $10 difference because I used to have Hulu. With
And
live
you get
TV.
the same channels? As
I
YouTube
think there
TV?
might be some things. That
Hulu
are
has
different.
live sports.
I guess I should look into that then.
Yeah, you should.
I also have fucking League Pass,
Oh,
which I need
okay.
to not pay for
But
ever
I'm
again
standing
because I don't even watch
by
NBA games.
An argument that we had earlier that HBO Max is the best streaming platform. I know AJ, you thought at the time Netflix. I don't know if you still stand by that.
No, yeah, I think so still.
Yeah, I've been watching The Worst Roommate Ever. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, I actually heard good things about that.
It's solid. I just like watching murder mysteries
Yeah.
and stuff and people getting killed.
I might start.
HBO
that.
has good content, but their
Their
platform's trash.
interface is trash.
I think
And-
Peacock's is trash.
It
I
can't
don't
be
know.
worse than HBO. HBO might
But-
have a worse
Yeah,
interface.
I think my brother worked on interface for
Really?
Peacock.
Yeah.
Peacock,
tell
I
him he
only
said that.
get
Shitting
annoyed
on
with
him.
like the live TV because a lot of times I'll try to watch like Premier League games and it's like, damn, I can't even. It's like not on the fucking front screen. Like you got to do serious searching to watch anything live. But I don't think HBO Max is as bad. I know a lot of people say that, but
It crashes all the time.
it
Yeah.
never crashes for me ever.
Really?
Never.
When it crashes all the time for a lot of people, Zach.
Really.
I just
Yeah,
also don't like.
You're just real special.
it does.
also don't like the design of HBO Max and how they like separate it. But I also think Netflix still has the best documentaries, which is why they're still rated the highest for me.
I don't know.
And
don't watch
I think they
Fox as
have-
much as you.
Their series are really good too, and original movies. But HBO Max has Warner Brothers stuff, so it's,
Yeah.
Netflix has some shit original series though.
Like what?
they just
Or
have
mo-
a
or
lot
some
though.
Netflix movies, like Netflix only
Does
movies.
anyone
Yeah.
have Paramount Plus?
Because Cindy
But
will have me
HBO
watch
Max has a big
like
is a big what do you call it? It's a big studio. And Netflix as a studio is very new.
yeah, like some rom-coms and shit that Cindy be having me watch on Netflix. It's like Netflix #1 movie of the fucking.
Well, their
month.
movies aren't that great, but
And I'm like, yo, this shit is ass. and then I tell her she's never picking a movie again.
The only thing I will say about Netflix is obviously the algorithm. I don't think HBO has like any type of algorithm. It's like, oh, you like this, maybe you'll like this. Whereas like Netflix caters everything towards you. So
I also think Netflix originals are better than HBO Max originals.
I 100% disagree on that.
Bro, what?
But it's also completely unfair because I think y'all might have this is when you had the movie series on your old podcast. But HBO has been around for forever. So, like, a lot of their original content, like, you can't, like, Sopranos. I'm not a fan of The Sopranos, but you're not going to compare Sopranos to something that Netflix just kind of...
talking about, like, newer
Was
stuff
it the
since
HBO?
they've been in the app world.
At night, HBO used to have porn on there?
Yeah, Real Sex, Tax Cab Confessions,
That's when I started watching.
Moonlight Bunny
I was like 10
Yeah.
at 3 a.m.
The thing is, a lot of people don't have HBO, so, like, you don't have those same types of
You
conversations.
get the Girls Gone
whereas
Wild
everyone
commercials.
has Netflix. So if something pops up on Netflix, everyone has the accessibility to go ahead and watch it, whereas most people don't have HBO Max.
Yeah, I think Netflix is more users for Netflix.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I don't have HBO. So,
I think once in a while, HBO will have, like, a banger show. But Netflix consistently has really good shows. Like Euphoria's good. What else?
But Euphoria, Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones
like
is
I said,
good.
Sopranos,
Squid
Curb
Game.
Your
Okay,
Enthusiasm.
Sopranos is
Yeah.
like been over for years.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm saying like once in a while, like
I mean, I still don't feel like it's once in a while.
Okay,
But
so
if we're
name more.
What was Snowfall on?
That's on
FX.
FX.
Oh, never mind.
Well, you got Squid Games.
So Game of Thrones. Wait,
Squid
well,
Game.
let's still do the HBO Max. You have Game of Thrones.
Let me see if I can pull it.
You got Euphoria,
Luke Cage.
bro.
Luke Cage is
What are
good
you
stuff, though.
talking about?
That
We're
was-
doing
that was on
HBO
Netflix.
Max. We're doing HBO Max.
Oh.
We said it 4 times.
Hold
But
on,
see, you
hold
have
it
to
up.
Google it. Like
I mean,
off
but
top of my head.
my memory is also
Netf-
trash.
yeah,
Like,
Netflix
if you
does have
ask
some
me
good ones.
Netflix, I wouldn't be able to
Money
think of
Heist
anything
is
really either.
Netflix. That's a good one. I would only be able to name.
And I mean,
ones,
Netflix has the advantage of having a lot of foreign stuff that does well, like Money Heist.
Oh, the White Lotus, a show we talked about, but I mean that wasn't like super popular.
White Lotus, did I watch? Oh yeah, it was,
Yeah.
and it was okay. And
Yeah.
what was the other one that was that's the short something.
Zach's going through what he's watched, and they're all shit. He's realizing
No,
that he watches
I'm
shit
looking
TV.
through the shows that are popping up. But I mean, I also haven't watched a lot of these, but you may be right. But in my opinion, I think that HBO Max is better.
He's like, I don't watch anything on it.
So yeah, like the ones like all the ones that people are saying are good. I haven't even really seen them, but I
But
think
it's
it's
still
better.
better. Still
Like
better.
there's 3 shows I like on HBO Max, but God,
No,
it's
but
way better.
There also isn't anything I've watched on HBO that I thought wasn't good. Where there's been a lot of stuff on Netflix that I've watched that was not good.
But that's probably because
Okay.
there's more quantity on there, so
Yeah.
there'll probably be worse stuff. You'll come across worse stuff more often.
Say that again.
Like there's more movies on Netflix, so there's a higher chance that you're gonna come across a bad one.
Like Netflix has
I mean, I don't
more
think
TV
there's-
shows, more movies.
Your time just in
Like if
general,
there are
or-
numbers.
1,000 shows on Netflix, just saying, and there's only 100 on HBO, you're probably gonna come across more bad ones on Netflix.
Yeah.
Just because of quantity.
But I'm sure there's like an equal amount.
You are on the HBO app, and
Bro,
you can't
he
even
doesn't
name a good
even-
show.
It's like,
It's like, I don't even know what I
Right
watch
now.
on HBO Max, but it's the better one.
I think like overall percentage
You're on the
wise,
app, Zach. You can literally just look at what you watched recently.
You've also lost me on what you're trying to say. You said there's.
I'm
Okay,
talking about
we
both.
can get out. We can get off
Everything
this
on
topic.
HBO.
No, he wants to get off because he's like, I have
shit.
nothing
No,
to say.
like I'm not saying I'm right. Like I'm at this point I'm confused.
Oh, okay.
And y'all got it on this one.
Y'all got it. We'll explain what.
We can do a
So
poll.
what Luke is saying is that because Netflix has more quantity, there's gonna be things that you watch on
Yeah,
there.
and that's what I thought he was saying. But then he started talking about other shit. I don't think there's more movies on Netflix than there are on HBO Max. I think it's probably like an equal amount.
you think it's equal?
No, I don't think so.
I-
I feel like Netflix just has like more TV. I mean, this
But-
is
More
from
everything.
someone who doesn't
Yeah.
watch like a lot of stuff.
I'm
It
not saying
seems
I'm
like-
not saying HBO has a lot of original content. Netflix for sure has way more original content, but HBO has a shitload of movies on here.
Yeah, I don't think it's more. though.
I don't know.
Because if you just think about, there's like U.S. Netflix, right? And then there's Netflix UK, there's Netflix everywhere else, and then those will come leak over after.
Yeah, that is true. But anyways, moving on.
Oh wait,
We'll be here all day.
there are 15,000 titles on Netflix. Only 2,538 on HBO Max.
Okay, I stand corrected. You have
Shout out to the internet.
Shout out to the internet.
Not last but not least, but music. Is there anything y'all been listening to as of late? There's been no music that dropped today that I care about, at least. Fun fact, I feel like Matt and Phil probably the two biggest music heads on here. Matt,
I feel like he says something like a music artist, and I'm like, I gotta go check that out, and I end up liking it a lot.
Is lit. Who you been listening to?
Honestly, no one new recently. Actually, I take that back.
The currency dropping up.
Kid Travis. He's like a pop R&B kind of guy. Very low key. I don't know if anybody that I've talked to about music knows who he is. I think of who else. Yeah.
I've never heard of him.
Never heard of him.
He had an album in like 2016 and just started releasing music again. Trying to think like what's good. Oh, you're an Apple Music guy. I forget.
Oh, you're a Spotify.
I'm a Spotify all day.
Dang.
I know. Are all of you guys Apple Music?
Yeah, Apple Music.
Apple Music over here, man.
Well, Phil doesn't like Spotify.
Oh yeah.
For no good reason.
No, he didn't have. He's like, I don't feel like
I
downloading.
don't even have it. Oh wait, it's on my phone.
Oh wait, I do got it.
So, what's your favorite genre of music, Matt?
Probably like an R&B alt, like hip hop. I don't know, like somewhere genre in between those two. I mean, I love MGK, and I know that's probably a very.
Ohio.
I'm from Cleveland, so
so
him, Cuddy,
Of course.
fuck with them heavy just because that's where we're from.
You fuck with Chip?
Yeah.
I used to fuck with Chip heavy.
But that doesn't mean you have to. Like, Tory Lanez is from Toronto, and I don't listen to him.
Nah,
I know, but he's kind of from Toronto. He grew up down here too, though.
Yeah, because he's like me. Like,
he went to middle school with me.
I cheer for everybody from South Florida.
You do?
Yeah.
So you like Tory Lanez?
I guess.
And you also got like Drake. So
no, yeah, but I'm saying like,
and Beats, yeah. So it's like, it's different. Like I get it.
You don't sing Justin Bieber songs to Cindy?
I guess if you're from somewhere tiny.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I mean Cleveland is small. It is. I mean,
y'all got Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yeah, I mean, they're
from Cleveland.
I'm gonna miss everybody.
Yeah.
I didn't know they're from Cleveland.
Bone Thugs and Harmony is from,
they're from
Ohio.
They're
from Cleveland.
Yeah.
This
was actually supposed to be a topic that was supposed to be on our episode, and I skipped over it. But as far as like secret listens go, like what is something that you listen to that you wouldn't like play in the car with anybody else, or you don't maybe want other people knowing that you listening to? We all got it.
I don't know about that. I don't think we all got it.
I definitely do. I like
Oh gosh.
Lion King, the musical. Yeah, I'll put that out there. Like,
what about Lion King the musical?
It was a childhood. Like I've seen the musical itself probably
like 18 times.
No, definitely not that many times. Probably like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah. Okay.
And like one of my first memories is
I
was actually in Toronto, like in the first row, and like the giraffes from the thing were just like over top of me, and that's like one of my first memories. I was like 3.
Gotcha.
So like I will still listen to this day, like sometimes in the gym, just like the musical. I'm just like, yeah, let's go.
I'm driving down the street and I hear a wimbo way. by the car by me. I'm like, that's Matt.
Yeah, it's Matt. Yeah, I mean, I don't really
and
have
he's just yelling.
I don't really have that much shame about it though. Like, I mean, I was pretty quick to that.
Yeah.
I know there was that trend for a while, like similar kind of thing, where if you go on your like playlists or like songs or downloads, and like how many times does it take to get to a song that you're embarrassed by?
Yeah.
I mean, that if one of those came up, that would be it.
See, you just brought up Biebs. I mean, I'm not ashamed, but if I had to pick somebody, it would probably be Biebs that I listen to.
Oh, you like Justin Bieber?
Yeah, I fuck with Biebs.
I wouldn't have guessed that. I didn't know that.
But I feel like there's nothing I listen to that I'm like, damn, I wish nobody would know.
I mean, I wouldn't play I wouldn't play dancehall like in a car of other people.
Really?
And then
people who like, I mean, like white people.
I guess there's times where
I don't want. I looked over at Matt and I was like, "Do I say it?"
Trying so hard not to say it.
There's times where I
He's
will
just looking
play,
at Zach like
heavy metal.
People of his kind.
I'm like over.
Yeah, there's times where I play like heavy metal, but like only on leg days though, because it's like I need some shit that's gonna hype me the fuck up.
Heavy metal?
Rage Against the Machine.
Nah, probably like
Korn.
System of the Down. I feel like it's not that bad. I have played Korn before. Sometimes I'll look up like heavy metal playlists.
Metallica.
But again, that's like I'm not gonna listen to that fucking riding around in the car. Just like
I had someone
while working out.
I had someone that went to. I not had someone, but like a friend of mine posted on social media like they were at this metal concert, and like the people performing were screaming at the top of their lungs and doing all like whatever, and then everyone was just standing in there, just still, like the
everyone in the crowd.
in the crowd, right? And I was like,
that was like knocking people.
nah, it looked like you go like on GTA, you walk into like a club, you know the characters or Sims are just standing around, like that's what it looked like. I was like, what? No one's enjoying this. Why are they there?
Filler AJ, y'all.
I can say I don't have any secrets. I listen to anything with anybody. I don't give a shit. And people just go like, I don't like it. I don't care.
So many times I've been like, Phil, please change this shit.
No, like I like this song. I'm just let that ride.
Yeah, I don't really have any either.
Got you. Anything else as far as music goes before we go to sports?
I was in my old Wiz bag today because I wanted to be like in a happier mood, and I just started playing Throwback Wiz, and you forget how good artist was in like they heyday.
Yeah.
So that put me in a really good mood today.
Yeah.
Always is so good.
Yep. That Cashew
It's
Orange Juice 09. that's
absolute
what it was.
vibe.
Yep. You had to be there.
I told you that me and Ryan Butts, we had a rap song on
no.
Kid Frankie beat. That shit was so
I remember. I saw it. I remember seeing it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, you showed us the video. You guys recorded on like on a webcam.
Yeah, we did. I didn't know I showed y'all.
If that song comes on on Zach's playlist, he's like, "Oh God,
Oh shit!
there's a secret."
Yeah. So sports, big time sports week, especially with NFL free agency. We got March Madness, and then Matt's gonna educate us on some MLB shit.
I'll try it.
Let's start off with March Madness.
Is MLB even happening yet?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
And
Sorry.
that's why you need. Actually, let's start with MLB. Let's get the worst out.
Let's
of the
get
way.
it.
The worst out. Yeah, I mean, I know you guys haven't talked about baseball. I don't think at all, like ever, and that's fine. Like you guys are baseball or
No, get it.
basketball and whatever.
We
So,
can try.
From my understanding of it, and I won't be able to tell the full truth of it, the MLB and the MLBPA and all the owners were, I mean, it was just like any lockout for like the NBA, NFL, just going back and forth what they wanted. Players wanted more money. They wanted to change the rules. So they just agreed to it, I think, last week. So they had to cancel 2 weeks of spring training.
Oh, so we're not even in season.
Yeah.
No.
Usually,
Yeah, right now, so they just started spring training.
Got you.
an opening day is usually like what?
They would have already happened.
Yeah, what happened? Yeah.
That's true. It usually is spring.
It was a lockout.
Yeah, so they have like a week or
Well,
something.
I knew it was a lockout, but that's also why I was so confused because I'm like, I've never seen a lockout that's taken place mid-season. I thought we were in the middle of the season.
Yeah, no.
Wow, Zach.
Yeah, I mean, opening day usually starts like mid-April,
Got you.
or March or something like that.
Oh yeah, if it was gonna if you said it would have happened already, no? So that would be March.
Yeah, it would have been in March. Or no, spring training would have started already. So
Oh,
they were thinking that like opening day, so they postponed opening day, so now it's like April 7th.
Oh, okay.
Got you. So are we still? Well, not we. Are y'all gonna have a full season?
The plan is to have a full season. Yeah, so my Cleveland Guardians, gotta hate that name.
That is a terrible name.
It really is. I'm furious with it, but
Guardians of the Galaxy.
yeah, I mean, I don't really want to talk about
Well,
that.
yeah, I don't really like the
So
Commanders.
who are some favorites then?
I mean,
In the
Dodgers,
AL and
The Braves are up there, no?
Braves are. So the Braves got rid of one of their best players, sort of. Freddie Freeman, first baseman. He got signed to the Dodgers, but they also brought in a another first baseman who's also really good. He's just a little bit younger. And the Dodgers just have so much
What's
fucking
his
money.
name? The Braves guy that they just brought in.
Matt Olson from the Oakland A's, I believe.
I know Freeman, but I don't know Olson.
Yeah. Well, he's like a big time guy. So I mean, it'll probably be like Braves Dodgers again or something like that.
What about Blue Jays? Are they gonna be any good?
No, probably not. And so that was
They were
another
pretty good
thing.
last year.
That was another thing is like with COVID that if players aren't vaccinated, they can't travel to Canada. And then they also changed the extra innings rules. So like they used to have after for doubleheaders they went to 7 innings. Now they're going to full 9 innings. And for extra innings, they started last year having someone on second base, and they got rid of that. Well, sort of. I think at like the 12th inning, which I can understand why people don't like baseball because it's fucking forever.
Yeah.
Sounds awful.
Yeah. I mean, when games last,
You have a 7th inning stretch.
Yeah.
Like they baked in a stretch. for
There's
the fans.
technically two like stretches. There's one at the 3rd inning, but people don't like recognize it as a. But yeah, the 7th inning stretch is like.
And there's
one.
like 162 games, right?
Yep.
That's fucking wild.
Baseball might be the most
That's
boring
so
sport.
many games. Like that's a lot of games.
It's-
If you're
it's a
following
slow
a
game.
team, you're like,
Yeah, it's hard.
Like they say NBA's a lot. And that's
Yeah.
well, they're
level.
talking about cutting down
Yeah,
the NBA.
exactly.
Well, and like with fantasy football, it's only now 18 weeks that you got to deal with
Yeah.
moving players around. But for fantasy baseball, I've never done it, but fuck,
It sounds terrible.
It's awful.
Yeah.
I didn't know people still watch
That's like a
it.
full.
But it's low
It is.
impact, like on the body kind of, except for pitchers because your
I
shoulder.
was gonna say,
But
and
Yeah.
elbow. Yeah.
throwing it repetitively like that, yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, and they don't play every game either.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the team who's playing. You're getting a rehab game, or maybe they're resting somebody for every other game.
And their tickets aren't that expensive either.
yeah, you can
So
get a
that's
ticket for like $15.
$15 and have a decent seat. So
Yeah.
that's why there's so many games because they're trying to make their money. So if that, they're gonna have to raise ticket prices, and players gonna have to make less.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the things that they were worried about is like players not making their full salary this year because they were cutting down
The games, yeah.
the games, and so they were like rushing to get everything done, and there's a lot back and forth in negotiations. But I'll leave it there at MLB because
I appreciate it because I've never
that's a
been
lot.
so bored on this podcast. I love you,
I
Matt, but
apologize.
the baseball talk was more than we needed.
Wait, hold on. I got a question. How do you think they can make it more fun?
that's
They
a
try, I feel like, because any baseball game I've been to, like, they do have a lot of, like, during the dead times, like, fan interaction type things.
Well, I'm not saying going to the game, but even watching at home.
Yeah.
Like
That-
the
yeah.
NBA does things to make their game more
Like changing
more
rules,
watchable.
you're saying.
The rules are just
Yeah,
like how it's
yeah.
done a little bit. Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. How
they are increasing, like they have a pitch
Steroid
count.
use.
Well, that's something too that like they got rid of that for this after this year. Like the steroids were, I guess you can use them. And there's a whole thing last year with
Oh shit.
sticking. Yeah, so there might be a lot more home runs now, so which might make it more exciting.
But
Will
then I've
Barry
heard
Bonds
the
get into
conversation.
the
Yeah, the conversation's
Hall of
been
Fame?
like, what are we gonna do with people
People
that we
who-
punish, such
yeah,
as Barry Bonds?
I have no
Mark
idea.
McGwire?
I mean, I think at that point you can't. You have to let him go into the Hall of Fame, like Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
I mean, dude is a monster.
Yeah.
How do you penalize someone that you're now like, oh, this is okay?
Mm-hmm.
and
how-
what was it,
and, like, that's
70
gonna be-
something home runs he had in one season. Was
Yeah.
it 72 or something like that? That's fucking wild.
70 is a fuck ton.
Yeah, even on steroids. That's
Yeah.
probably a lot.
Yeah, we can end that there.
All right, let's move on to March Madness. So right now we currently have a game on LSU and Iowa State.
Sort of.
Do we?
Well, yeah, it's,
Sort of have it on.
it's frozen on the TV. Phil not doing his
It's
job.
probably like a minute.
No, every time I try to pull it up, it don't work. That's your system.
But right now, Luke and I and Cindy, Luke's girl, or Luke's girlfriend, I don't want to say Luke's girl, we are all in a bracket group together, and I am leading right now by 20 points. Luke is second, and then Cindy is third. But I have Gonzaga winning the entire tournament. I will be honest,
boy
I
Chet.
haven't watched much basketball outside of the ACC, but I think Gonzaga and Chet
Did you watch the first
can hold
game?
it down.
They were
The first. Oh, Gonzaga's
The
first
first,
game.
yeah.
No, I did not watch it.
He was the first player, I think, in NCAA history to,
Well,
I
I
think it was
a double-double.
score 15, rebound 15 rebounds,
He had like
5
19
blocks,
and 17 or
5
something.
assists. He had 19, 17, and over 5 assists and over 5 blocks. And he was like the first player in NCAA history to do that in the tournament. And this is actually the second time he's done it this season.
Really?
And no one else in the NCAA like all season has done it.
Is he projected to be the first pick of the NBA draft?
Yeah, he's projected number 1 right now.
It's been like
1 or
flip
2.
flopping between him, Jabari
Jabari.
Smith at Auburn. I mean, I don't think.
I think just those two.
Bancaro is gonna.
Yeah,
be up
they've
there.
been.
He was up there for a little bit, but then
Right.
he dropped down to like 3.
Might depend on who gets the first pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is also very
He's
true.
so slim though.
Yeah,
like,
that's the thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, people said the same thing about KD.
Mhm.
Not to say he is
Yeah.
KD, but
Is he gonna be Porzingis or KD?
we shall see. But it
I mean,
has been a
Porzingis
big-
was late. He just got hurt.
I guess.
Yeah.
But if I'm drafting number 1 overall, I think I want someone liver than Porzingis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but Porzingis was a top 10 player in the league for a little bit, and then he got hurt. I'm maybe not top 10,
Yeah,
but
not
like
top 10.
he was arguably.
Like what, 2-3 years?
It
For like
didn't
a
last
year and
very
a
long.
half.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he got
Maybe.
hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fragile.
I mean, I guess if you're trying for like a franchise player, you hope that they're gonna last
Yeah.
longer than
Yeah.
like have like that type of run for longer.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
shit happens with injuries, but
But this year, I feel like, well, today has been a little bit normal in terms of like upsets, and like
Last year, you're not
I
gonna
feel like
like
who
you're not
you
gonna get more upsets than there was last year.
no.
Well, I feel like who you expect to win today won, like who the
Yeah.
majority of people. But yesterday it was fucking wild.
Well,
Like
it wasn't
Iowa
really
losing.
I don't think it was a lot of upsets yesterday, but we had a lot of overtime games, and it was exciting as basketball.
Well, I mean, New Mexico State beat UConn,
Mm-hmm.
and UConn's a 5, and New Mexico's a 12.
But 5-12 matchup is like the number 1 matchup that they say, oh, this is
The
gonna be
Well,
upsets,
and Iowa was
yeah.
also a 5 seed too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I actually picked New Mexico to beat.
you?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
At least
Yeah,
I'm
I thought
pretty sure.
UConn looked good, and I picked UConn, and obviously that didn't work out.
Yeah, I picked
And
New
obviously, I
Mexico
went to
for UConn.
Kentucky, but I thought Kentucky was gonna smack St. Peter's. I've never even fucking heard of St. Peter's. And then they had 2 players drop 20 plus.
Yeah.
One with 27, and then
But-
a bench player dropped 20 on us. And I
Y'all
think he missed
looked
like 1 shot.
Terrible from
Oh,
what I saw.
no, that's facts.
Yeah.
Our best player,
Tai.
Tai, had a shit game. I think he shot like 2
Jeez,
for 12
emphasis.
or something like that.
Is he still injured though?
No.
Oh yeah, I know he was.
Yeah, he had an
Battling
ankle injury
something.
and then he re-aggravated it or whatever. But yeah, he's been back for a couple games, and he's projected to be. He's a freshman, projected to be like a top 10 pick
Mhm.
in the NBA.
Yeah.
And he just played so fucking bad.
Draft stock might have gone down after that game, then.
Probably. It was tough to watch. Like even the big man national player of the year, Shibwe, he had 30 and 16, and he's averaging something like 20 and 16 or 20 and 17
Yeah.
rebounds. But outside of him, like Kentucky looked like ass.
Yeah.
And Cal is probably on the hot seat
Cal
moving
Power.
forward. Yeah,
You
Coach
think?
Cal.
Well, they were mad at him for something off, not related to basketball, right?
Well, people, I don't know about that, but I know I've seen people tweeting about fire Cal.
Wow.
Well, yeah,
There
because he
was-
hasn't won a championship in a while.
2012.
Yeah.
So the last
Yeah.
one.
And
But
he's-
they're always lit. But
I mean, yeah, they're always good.
and he's,
They're in
and he's
that.
producing NBA players.
Yeah.
But they were, I forgot what it was. That he did something that didn't sit well with like the boosters, and I think it had to do with like
Got you.
BLM type stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You might be right.
I think it was, I don't know if it was last year or whatever, but it was something around then.
They also have another player who reclassified, didn't play. He hasn't played all season. Shaden Sharp. He's projected to be like a top 5 pick. He's right out of high school, like hasn't played a single college game.
Mhm.
But I would have liked to see him in the tournament.
Okay. Well,
but-
so Like I said, I have Gonzaga, who you have winning.
Wait, did UM win or lose?
UM won. It was a fucking
Yeah,
we almost blew a 7-point lead with 40 seconds left.
Mm-hmm.
I have Arizona.
You have Arizona winning it.
I just like Benedict Mathurin. We were talking about him before the pod, but
Got you.
I think he's gonna be a lit pro when he makes the NBA.
Phil, you have the Fighting Illini winning the
No, I don't have
NCAA
any team.
tournament.
No, I don't watch college basketball like that, bro.
Sorry, Matt, who you got?
Nova, Villanova, playing Gonzaga. But
Villanova.
they're a 2 seed.
They
No,
play
I-
Ohio State next.
I must have had them.
Villanova is always a great team, no?
They are, but
I have
They're like
them-
one of those safe teams.
Yeah.
You go, you know what? They could probably like. Maybe I haven't
Good.
watched them.
They're well
but
coached. They they
yeah.
always have continuity because they're not just turning out
Yeah,
one
they're
and
like
done.
seniors
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah.
To me though, they're not fun to watch.
Oh, I have them losing to Arizona. Yeah.
You have them losing to
So it
Arizona?
was what the
Yeah, in the Elite
Elite Eight.
Yeah.
I have them losing to Arizona too in the Elite Eight.
I mean, I could see that game going like that.
Yeah.
I've watched
Yeah.
them just destroy everybody in the Big East. It seems like. I think Providence could also
Make some
potentially do some damage.
I think I have Providence kind of going far too.
I have
They're a 4
Arizona,
seed.
Gonzaga in the championship.
Yeah, so that game is gonna be pivotal for you guys.
Yeah.
he has Arizona. He has
I have Gonzaga, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Bro, Wisconsin is not making it that far. I don't think so.
Hey,
Remember-
so who
remember
has
the
higher
name?
bracket
What's
right
the
now?
timestamp?
Right now, yeah.
remember the name.
That's actually the name of my bracket.
Yeah,
It's remember the
the
name.
name. ...
AJ, you have anyone projected to, or do you have a?
No, I didn't even make a bracket.
Yeah, but do you just have somebody that you think?
I don't know. It's just
Have you been watching? Yeah.
here and there, but I've been busy and I haven't been able to watch. But this weekend, I'll probably catch more.
Mhm.
Actually, I'm gonna be busy this
I
weekend.
feel like I've watched so many games.
Yeah. All right. Well, the biggest news of the week is NFL free agency. In my opinion, this is the best free agency I've seen in my lifetime.
Especially this early.
It's so active.
It
Yes.
seems like NBA free agency almost.
It does.
it
Or
is
NBA trade deadline too.
insane right now. So we said earlier, Matt is a Steelers fan, so we could talk about your team, your division right now.
Do we have to? Yeah.
What have they done other than Trubisky?
So
Y'all signed
Juju
Miles
left.
Jack, right?
Yeah, Miles Jack is a Steeler.
That's
a
good.
good sign.
Yeah, I'm hyped about that. I mean, making
Keeping the defense good. And
Yeah,
you guys got
that-
my boy Brian Flores.
But as a defensive assistant coach, like
Can't get better.
Slash linebacker
Yeah.
coach, right?
seems like low for him by a lot.
Oh,
but
he's not the coordinator?
No,
Oh, I thought he was the coordinator this whole
I
time.
thought he was too. I thought he was
Uh,
defensive coordinator.
unless maybe I just have a misunderstanding
I
of it.
think,
Nah,
I think
you
you're
might
right.
be
I
right.
think he's
He's
the
an assistant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
defensive coordinator or some shit like that.
But we let go of. We released Joe Schobert, who was injured most of last year. Trubisky, better than Haskins, better than Rudolph, better than Josh Dobbs. So for a 2-year, $14 million, I'll take it.
Yeah.
And there's no quarterback, like we were talking about this earlier. Like there's no quarterback in the draft where I'm super excited. Like, oh, let's go get him.
It's a
I
weak
thought Mason
quarterback,
Rudolph
but-
was gonna be that guy. Like
You thought?
he played like Ben. He was 6'5", 6'6". Like,
Does
he's
he have a
big
big
dude.
arm though? I don't think he has that big of
that
an
was
arm.
well, at least at Oklahoma State. That was
Yeah.
what he was known for. I mean, he threw it to James Washington, so having the both of them was sweet because they're like, oh, he's gonna be able to throw to him.
That's what we thought at Washington with
Yeah,
Haskins and McLaurin.
yeah. Well, I watched Haskins' first NFL play and it was an interception. That was really funny.
Yeah.
I really hate Haskins with a burning passion, but that's just because Ohio State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his name might be able to get him right? Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Nagy was a terrible coach. Their scheme was awful. I mean, y'all got
Yeah.
a decent run game. So if you can just manage a game, y'all be straight.
And
How's Go, my bad.
no, I just say Trubisky was like he has proven that he can win games, and
Has he?
yeah, I mean he
Proven?
can. Maybe proven isn't the right word, but he can win games given maybe the right scheme.
Yeah.
Um,
you scheme him up right and
yeah.
don't let him do too much. I think y'all be all right.
It's a
Yeah.
tough schedule though because we've got to play the 2 seed of everybody now because we beat the Ravens in the last game, but going 8-8 with that Mason Rudolph and Duck Hodges season when Ben was injured gives me some hope because Tomlin's never had a losing season, so we'll see what happens with that. But the defense is going to be still alive. They got to stop the fucking run. That's something they were absolutely terrible at. What were you saying, AJ?
I was gonna ask about Trubisky's like arm talent. Is he like a good? Does he have at least arm talent? He can be coached up, or because I've only seen him really do small, like almost like an Alex Smith kind of thing.
Yeah, like the intermediate, like throw to the
like
tight
dump
end,
offs
like
and shit.
yeah,
check downs or whatever.
And because I mean, he can run, and I don't know. Your guys' line was trash last year, but hopefully it gets better.
They've signed I think 2 or 3 linemen already. They let go of Zach Banner, who's just been injury prone as well.
Seems like you guys would probably just go for like an old school football kind of thing. Just defense and then run the ball with the quarterback Najee, and without the quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, with Najee being there, why try to throw the ball?
Yeah.
Run it. I mean, regardless of the O-line.
He was a leading receiver last year too,
That's
right?
what I was talking about with the Colts too. Like while I was there, they were like, "Why are we throwing the fucking ball when we have Jonathan Taylor?"
Yeah, you got a great O-line with the Colts,
yeah.
and you got Jonathan Taylor, arguably one of the best running backs in the league, and just hand the ball off and just let him run for 250 yards a game.
But I think between y'all conference and the
division,
y'all division,
their division is the toughest. And then NFC West.
Well, I was gonna say y'all probably been one of the most active along
the
with
Bengals,
the Broncos, Chiefs, whatever.
Raiders. The AFC West.
Yeah, AFC West.
That's what I meant. AFC West.
Because Bengals, I mean, they haven't been sexy, but they've signed some offensive linemen, which is obviously what they need.
Yeah.
We'll save the Browns for the last. Ravens, they signed Zadarius Smith. Didn't they get a receiver, or am I tripping?
I don't think so yet.
I don't think so.
They got 2 big guys. I know they got Zadarius Smith and somebody else, but now I'm blanking, and people probably yelling at their
low-key, like,
or whatever.
Y'all probably the worst in the
I think we are.
division.
We got rid of Juju.
But the thing is, you guys aren't terrible.
We got rid of, because he's going to Kansas City, which is probably a good fit for Kansas City. Having like a
sure this is low hanging fruit, and everyone's probably made this joke, but the TikToks between Jackson Mahomes
yes,
and
it's
Juju,
gonna
gonna be fucking terrible, bro.
Yeah. Watson also got to stay healthy, so it looks good on paper. But Watson, I don't think he's had a healthy season since he's been in the NFL.
He's also played hurt and performed while being hurt, so I don't know.
And has also played behind terrible offensive linemen.
Oh,
Right.
I agreed. I'm saying
Played with terrible everyone.
He has to
Except
make
for
it,
Hopkins.
in order for
and
me
Fuller.
to believe the Browns, he needs to make it through a season first. In my
He's
opinion.
made it through seasons.
He hasn't played a full season, so it's not making it through.
Who do they have at wide receiver now? The Landry's
Amari
gone.
Cooper. That's it. Amari Cooper, Anthony Schwartz.
I
I don't know who else.
I
think Will Fuller's gonna.
Hagen?
I think Will Fuller's gonna sign there because I mean,
That's his fucking name.
Will Fuller and Deshaun Watson love each other.
I
I think that's why the Dolphins signed Renfro. What?
You're talking about Rashard Higgins.
Yeah, that's
Renfro's on the Raiders, bro.
Yeah.
Taking a guess. Name
So
my
yeah,
team.
the Browns. I mean, obviously they got Deshaun. That's big time. Have they made other big signings? I know they cut. I think they cut Austin Hooper.
They cut Jarvis.
Yeah, they cut Jarvis.
And having Cooper.
They cut Austin Hooper
I
too.
think
Yeah.
so. So
Yeah, I don't know
Njoku
why
will finally get his
Deshaun Watson
touches.
will go there over the Washington football team.
Well, you got the
Pisses me off.
arguably one of the better
I don't think
running
it's
back
his
duos.
choice. Yeah.
With Kareem and Chubb.
Yeah.
And right behind them is probably Antonio Gibson and J.D. McKissick.
Bro,
No, but seriously, if you look at the
is,
stats,
yeah.
like I mean,
Well, JD, they almost didn't sign him.
Gibson was I mean, he almost went to the Bucks,
Yeah.
whatever the Bills, but Antonio Gibson was a leading rusher in the NFC, and then J.D. McKissick is probably top 2, top 3,
It's just
third
not
down
sexy
backs kind of
names,
thing.
so.
Yeah.
They're not.
But they're efficient. We have a better offensive line than the Browns too. So I don't know, bro. I was like,
And your defense.
And the defense is I mean, the Browns defense was underwhelming.
Yeah.
And then ours was to begin, but then at the end of the season we picked it up.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man.
Washington's not a hot market. Nobody want to play in Washington. And
But I don't
But
know
no
why
one wants to
not.
go
It's
to
a huge.
Cleveland.
I don't know if anyone wants
Like,
to play in Cleveland.
Cleveland's
either.
not a hot market. I mean,
Cleveland been bubbling though, because they've been getting stars
yeah.
the last way more than Washington.
I guess Jarvis and Odell going.
They
there.
traded for them though. They didn't
Yeah.
like sign them.
It wasn't like.
And,
hey,
like, and
well, Watson's technically it.
Huh?
Watson's a trade too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I guess he did waive his.
But he had to
contract.
agree to go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But at the same time, it's like, if from a city standpoint, DC way better.
Oh, for sure.
And you're gonna make way more money outside of.
Yeah.
Like if you are the man in DC, like because you don't have to compete with the NBA
We're
team.
just shitting on Cleveland right now.
Well, no, because if you can revitalize the Browns, like you gonna make money too nationally.
I mean, they've been to the
Cleveland
playoffs
is
already.
a Browns city.
Yeah.
first
And they got a
foremost.
big, huge fan base, and they don't have questions with the leaders in the organization. Like Washington got all these fucking scandals surrounding the organization, just waiting. And Dan Schneider, no one wants to work for Dan Schneider because they think he's a racist. So it's like I would much rather play in Cleveland than Washington too.
Yeah, the day that the Cleveland Browns win a Super Bowl, which will be a long time, probably a long time, that city will actually riot. Like, it'll be in flames.
Oh yeah, facts. Cars flipped over and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Well, I mean, when the Cavs won, that shit, like, that city was insane, but nothing will ever compare to the Browns winning a Super Bowl for them.
Won't happen because Deshaun Watson can't stay healthy.
Yeah, I've never seen you.
Yeah, for
wish
real, bro.
terribly,
You tearing down the black quarterback?
to a black.
That's fucking
that's
wild to
That's
me,
actual
bro.
facts. That's not tearing him down. I'm just saying he can't stay healthy.
He
He's
hasn't
a
been able to
really-
stay healthy because he's had a trash offensive line, and he's played through
Also,
countless
and he
injuries.
wasn't healthy in
also
college either.
on an NFL team, I would probably guess 90% of them play hurt or get hurt throughout the season. Like 90% of a team.
Yeah, they're all playing hurt.
Yes.
To some
Yeah,
extent.
but his
Yes.
injuries put him out for significant time. Is all I'm saying. He's a smaller
Okay, but
quarterback.
it's a contact
That's
sport.
all I'm
Everyone's gonna get
saying.
hurt. At that point, it's just. I feel like it's just luck.
So am I wrong for speaking actual facts? Because I feel like y'all
Yeah,
attacking
but-
me for speaking facts.
Yeah, but I could say any team is gonna be good as long as the quarterback.
Their quarterback stays
stays
healthy. Exactly.
Yeah, it's just a luck thing. It's
Yeah,
not, has
but-
nothing to do
but
with
saying
his.
No,
that-
that's great analysis, Phil. Good job.
No, but saying that about Tom Brady, who's finished multiple seasons not injured, that's facts. Show me where Deshaun Watson finished a full season healthy or not with a serious injury.
Show me
Y'all
where
can't.
he's had the
Again,
same
it's also not-
people around him that Tom Brady has had.
It-
Again,
Deshaun's never had an O-line that Brady.
Bro,
had.
3 of Deshaun Watson's 4 seasons, he played 15 plus games, 16 games, 15 games, 16 games. Last year he played 7.
Last
Or not last
2
year.
years
Last-
ago.
this
Sorry,
year.
not last year. No, his first year. Sorry, 2017 is his rookie year. 7 games, then 16, 15.
Then he was
16.
out with a spleen, right? He had something with his spleen. Like
But
he's had some pretty
that's
bad
3
injuries.
of 4 seasons he's played 15 plus games.
Okay,
Phil just buys into the hype he hears.
Yeah,
He
I
don't
don't know
really,
what
he
you're
don't really know what he's
talking
talking about.
we'll see.
As we talked about, AFC West, they've been making moves like crazy. So Chargers,
Khalil Mack.
yeah, they got Khalil Mack.
For 2 picks, right?
Yeah,
2 weak picks.
for like nothing.
But he's
16th
he's
in the
just
third,
he's
a
getting
6th in
old.
the
I
round in
think
the third.
that's part of it. Older. I mean, he's
Even
still.
Fort Pierce.
He
Yeah.
didn't play a whole lot last year.
But
It's just for the
Yeah.
Bears too, so they're not using him
Yeah.
right anyways. Like he got gas in the tank. The problem is they didn't have anybody else on their line to cause havoc, so he
Yeah.
gets the brunt share to work. Now you got Bose on the other side. Like his numbers are they should go up. He is older, but his numbers should go up.
Well, with having Bosa on the side will
Will
help.
shit elevate you.
Yeah.
yeah.
Their defense is just
But
stacked.
they also signed somebody else. The Chargers signed another big.
If
time
Khalil
player.
Mack can stay healthy,
The
their
receiver?
defense will be good.
I want to say it might have been a receiver.
I'm gonna Google it.
Wasn't it the Allen
Well,
Robinson?
Anyway,
Was it
No.
Allen?
No,
Robinson?
he's
Stop
a
guessing.
Ram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Allen Robinson
What you mean?
was
I can
the
guess.
Rams.
It's not easy. but I'm
But your
definitely
guesses have
guessing.
been
Russell
terrible.
Westbrook.
No, but
That's
the,
Bronco.
The,
No, that's
Russell Wilson. Same.
the Chargers, they before
LeBron
Khalil
James?
Tony
Mack, they had
Kukoc.
signed somebody big, or somebody decent at least before Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
But while AJ looks that up, Chiefs, as we talked about, they signed Juju, so that's
Oh,
another-
J.C. Jackson, the corner.
Yes, J.C.
That's
Jackson.
Oh, from the
Yeah.
Patriots.
Yeah,
the
I knew it
best
was a
corners
cornerback. I
in the
couldn't
league.
figure it out.
Yes.
That's
His
a
name.
really good sign.
Hardest hitting.
But yeah, but Raiders got Chandler Jones.
And
Yeah.
they fucking
Devontae
got
Adams.
Devontae Adams, that's huge.
That's
Which I didn't realize him and Derek Carr were teammates.
Yeah,
in
that's what they were
college.
talking about last year.
Yeah.
Him and Waller should be
yeah.
nasty.
that duo of Waller and
Yeah,
Adams. is
him
gonna
and
be
Waller
ass.
should be nasty.
Well, and you still got Renfro. Like
Yes.
they're
But
Their
you got
talent on the outside is
Derek
great.
Carr at the quarterback, and he'd be fucking up sometimes.
Yeah, but I mean, they still had a good season with all the turmoil that they had
they
last
should have beat
year.
the Bengals in that
Yeah.
playoff game.
Yeah. And then, of course, the Broncos, they got Russell Wilson, which makes them an instant contender, in my opinion, because they already
Yeah.
have a really good team offensively and defensively.
Their defense is decent.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
defense
I
is
think so,
solid.
yeah.
Like it can be. It'll be improved with the draft. I
Our
think
defense is really
But
good.
Wilson
though, 'cause
is-
it's good, but I think it will get better. Just
Yeah.
That's a top 5 quarterback.
Their defense is criminally underrated because they can't score points. They lost 3 games by 7 points or less last year. So they were competitive in that division. So you give them a good quarterback, their defense should look a lot better. They
also were missing Judy last year, the whole season basically.
Yeah, Cortland Sutton had a
step Judy and Sutton, that'll be a nice 1-2 punch. My division has been making no moves.
Besides
Bucks, we got Brady back, which we didn't talk about.
That's the only move that you need.
Yeah,
coming back.
He wasn't playing, and then he was like, wait.
Like
the division here is trash. Let's just
go win the Super Bowl
He
immediately.
just signed Russell Gage, which is a big-time receiver out of Atlanta.
Russell Gage?
Yeah, from the Falcons.
He was like
he was good?
He was like
leading receiver last year.
Yeah, wow.
But of course,
for the Falcons,
that's not saying much.
Their second leading receiver was Cordell Patterson, who was also the leading running back and also the leading everything.
I feel like Cordell was actually leading everything. I mean, I don't know that for sure, but just the way that their scheme was set up, just the little pitches out.
For Atlanta?
Yeah.
And honestly, I feel like the Eagles division between y'all two, the Cowboys, and the Giants, I feel like there's been no moves made in that.
I mean,
Amari leaving.
Right, Amari left. We signed Carson Wentz. I mean, it's not it's not. I mean, it's not what we wanted, but it's a decent quarterback for. I mean, if he plays well, if he doesn't, I mean. The one promising thing that I've seen is that all the Colts players really liked him, and we're really like, oh man, he's gone, and like wishing him well. Yeah. So if he's over whatever was going on in Philly, that'll be good. And we were 7-10 last year with a different quarterback every other week. Mm-hmm. If we can have some consistency there, and get our defense back to where it was or it should be, then I think we'll be straight.
They'll be third again in the division.
If he's healthy. I think that's the key thing.
You guys were the Eagles were barely better with a lot more continuity and not people missing. We're the most injured team in the entire league.
We also had a rookie head coach and a rookie defensive coordinator.
I don't think Wentz did that bad last year.
No, he did well. He was
27.
He was 9 in QBR. Yeah,
7 TDs and like 7 picks. He did his stats. His stats are good,
and especially with the Colts wide receivers, they have wide receivers.
It's when he's throwing the interceptions.
Thank you. It's when he messes up. It's
big moments.
Big moments.
Like
he's doing
the Jaguars.
He's doing it fucking like while he's getting sacked. He's just throwing it up in the air. Yeah. And then it's like on his own end zone, against his own end zone. He's fucking throwing things.
So Wentz plays hero ball. At the worst possible time, which is what fucks him up, and I don't think he's going to change that.
But he's got better targets now. Like Pittman was his only target.
Yeah, because Hilton was out for most of the year.
Yeah.
But if McLaurin, that's really the only person we have right now. If we sign someone else, we'll be straight. But our tight ends are decent. They're up and coming. But I think we'll be straight as long as he doesn't get hurt and we can have some consistent quarterback.
That's a big if.
I think it'd be a competitive conference.
Division, yeah.
Division, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So do we want to make super early, way too early predictions?
We should.
What?
For what?
Predictions for the Super Bowl.
Predictions for next season's records.
Oh, no, I'm not going to make them till free agency is over with, and I need to see where everybody's placed.
Let's just make it right now.
You just said they're going to be third.
I said Washington's not getting nobody else.
Just say who we think is going to be in the
There's a lot of receivers left. Like if we can get, obviously I'm a Landry fan, but if we get Landry at the slot that's late, if we get Will Fuller and he's the Washington football,
Washington Commanders.
I don't know if he's gonna go back to the Dolphins.
Him being on the Dolphins would be perfect.
I would love that, but I don't know if he's going to, because they kind of play what's his name,
Waddle.
The rookie, Waddle at every receiver position. He'll go slot, he'll go outside. So I don't know if they would want a dominant slot guy like Landry, but
didn't the Finns sign a receiver so far?
Trent Sherfield. That's it.
Really?
From 49ers. But
did they keep my dog Albert Wilson?
I don't know.
Oh no, sorry. I was thinking because Amari Cooper coming back to Miami was the big talk for some reason. I thought they signed somebody, but never mind. But no, the Dolphins, they're going to be a run first team now. So
wait, Amari Cooper's from down here?
Yeah, he went to Miami Northwestern. Yeah. So nobody wants to do the Super Bowl predictions?
I could do Super Bowl predictions. Give me a second to think.
Well, Packers has been the favorite out of the NFC or AFC.
Really?
Or no, NFC.
I feel like they're the
the NFC is kind of
without
weak.
Devontae.
Because the NFC's weak.
I'm saying in years past, not now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying now.
NFC. Who's even good in the NFC?
Sounds good.
Rams,
Bucks.
I guess.
Bucks.
Maybe-
I mean, the teams would be
Bucks,
like the
yeah.
Rams, Bucks, Cowboys, Niners.
Cardinals.
I'm
Are
sorry.
Please
Just
don't
that they were.
Cowboys in there.
No.
Rams, if they keep OBJ as well, now also having Allen Robinson, that's
I don't
they
think
really
they
haven't
would
lost
OBJ.
anyone outside of.
Von
Because they're going to
Miller?
get back Robert
Von Miller,
Woods
yeah.
because he'll be healthy again.
You said who?
They'll get
Robert
back
Woods?
Robert Woods
Yeah.
because he was
Oh,
injured
yeah.
earlier.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
So
Yes.
you Bucks, Rams are probably the two favorites in the NFC.
Probably.
Yeah.
And
AFC, Bengals. I think Bengals, Broncos, Chargers are up there for me.
See, Bengals.
Bengals not going back.
Yeah, I don't know if Bengals
I
are.
think they got-
AFC is just so fucking tough now. I think it's going to be
Broncos.
extremely tough for the Bengals to make it back.
most teams aren't going to go back to back, especially a young
Yeah.
team like the Bengals.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, that's true.
I think Bills maybe.
Bills, Chiefs.
Chargers.
Yeah.
There's
And
a
now
lot in the
Broncos-
AFC.
Now Broncos are in the discussion.
Broncos. I don't know if they have
Wilson.
enough still.
I think the AFC West division is going to be.
Yeah. I
Might-
just don't know what that Broncos line looks like.
I
O-line
think
looks
it's
like.
solid.
I mean,
It's
probably
better than the
what Seattle.
Seahawks. Yeah.
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 What's your
Oh,
prediction?
well,
You always say
I'm
Bucks.
definitely going
Do
to say
it right
the
now.
Bucks. I'm definitely going to say the Bucks. Actually, not. I think it might be the Rams again. Rams might.
If
make
if
it.
Washington gets another receiver, I think they're a playoff team.
I thought you were
If
gonna say Super Bowl team.
no. If the Dolphins, actually, I don't know what, because
The Dolphins need a lot.
not that they need a lot, because I mean yeah, but they don't. I mean they don't need a ton.
They
But
need a
the
lot.
AFC is also stacked. That's the other thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on record. I'm gonna say it's
I think it's Battle
Bucks.
of LA.
Bucks. You think Chargers? I think it's Bucks
Rams,
Chargers.
Where's the Super Bowl this year? Do we know?
I have no idea,
question.
actually.
Because the last two Super Bowls.
I think it's in a dome in a cold place.
like Minnesota or something.
I think
See,
so.
I was going to guess Arizona, but I might be off. I'm most likely off.
What's the last team to repeat?
Probably
Patriots?
The Patriots, yeah.
Oh, it is Arizona.
I
You're
don't know
right,
if I pick
Arizona.
the Rams
Oh, okay.
again then.
Well, it's definitely not the Cardinals. Cardinals
think
definitely
the
not
Rams
making it
again.
there.
You don't think so?
Nah.
I think they'll be a good team. Just I don't know if they'll get to Super
I
Bowl.
feel like Kyler is starting to get in his head, and there's issues within that organization. So I don't know. But y'all got anything else?
I think it's been a long one.
Yeah.
Eagles.
What did we finish at?
No, this is
We stopped
58
at
minutes, but before we stopped, it's probably almost 2 hours.
Yep. Well, Luke, one, we're happy you're back, and Matt, two, we're happy that you were on the pod, that
Appreciate
you're in
y'all.
Florida.
Back for good.
It's been another episode of Saving for the Pod, episode number 62. Phil hit the drop. Damn, what the fuck, bro? Pick
Weak.
up your energy. Yeah.
No.
Because you have no faith in the Eagles. That's what it is.
All right, peace.